Can you hear me, Calvin?
Yes.
Okay.
Bulldogs from our home sidelines today are the Adrian College cheer and dance team. The cheer and dance teams welcome you to
Check, check. Calvin, give us something. Check, check.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Good afternoon, Bulldog fans, and welcome to Docking Family Stadium for this MIAA opener between your Adrian College Bulldogs and the visitors from Hope College, the Flying Dutchman. Adrian on the season so far 1-3. Hope comes in 3-1, but when conference play starts, Calvin, you can throw those numbers right out the window. Both teams at 0-0 to start the league, and that has to be the mindset for both teams.
Yeah, certainly. The goal for both the Hope Flying Dutchman and the Adrian Bulldogs is to bring home an MIAA championship at the end of this season. And that quest starts now. You know, it's not technically a preseason. All those games, the 4 games for both teams up to this point, are extremely important. But going into this one, there's a little bit of added weight as both teams look to get their conference schedule going on the right note.
Last year, Adrian made the trip over to Hope, and they sort of stunned the Flying Dutchman in a 22-10 win, a defensive masterpiece by Adrian College. Flip the script. Hope coming here. They are looking to right the ship, so to speak. The Flying Dutchmen are. They have looked very solid at times in the non-conference, and they have plenty of experience on their team at important positions.
Yes, certainly. Peter Sturzma, the head coach of this Hope team, and the rest of their squad who returned from last year definitely remember losing on their home turf against this Adrian team. That was a big upset win for this Bulldog squad a year ago, and that was a win that was really a statement and a game that they hung their hat on going into the stretch. So Hope certainly out for revenge here today at Adrian's home turf.
That's right, and if you're Coach Deere and the Bulldogs coming in 1-3, learning experience, week 1, week 2 to week 3, the last time they were at Docking Family Stadium was a homecoming victory over Bluffton. Last week, 417 miles down to Greenville, Illinois. They lose a game that they probably thought they should have and could have won 45-35, but they did learn a couple things in that road trip.
Yeah, they certainly did. I think most importantly, they put up 35 points of offense, which was a really positive sign on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, I think it wasn't their best performance, giving up 45 points to the Greenville Panthers. But that's a game that was really a shootout, Ian, and one that could have really gone either way. It came down to just kind of a show of inexperience from the quarterback, Mark Lopez, throwing that pick six that ended up being the game clincher for the Panthers. But again, there was positives on both sides of the ball for the Bulldogs. So I think if you can put the pieces together from what we've seen in glimpses, both offensively, defensively, and on special teams, if you can put it all together today, I have no doubt they can come away with a victory.
Yeah, it's a team in Adrian that cannot necessarily lean on experience at those key positions. They don't have to play perfect football, but as close as you can get to that will be a key today as they will go with Mark Lopez to start the game at quarterback, the young freshman from down in Texas, making his second career start. First one was here at Docking Family Stadium, the homecoming victory. You've liked Mark Lopez from the beginning. What do you like about him?
You know, Mark Lopez can throw the football. He's really been able to find his receivers downfield. He's got pinpoint accuracy. There are times where you see a little bit of sloppiness. He's not the most agile in the pocket, but when he gets pass protection, man, he can really sling the rock and find his receivers in key areas.
Yeah, and he's a guy that he is not physically imposing, right? The stature of the young freshman QB, but he's taken hits, but he's made some throws, and I think that is what it boils down to with the coaching staff is he will take a hit for his guys to try to make a play.
I think the real storyline going into this game for the Bulldogs offense, you know that you have a guy who can find his receivers in Mark Lopez. What they're really missing since Ben Koloski went out to injury is that top target. We thought it was going to be Keontae Townsend last week. He was really quiet. Can Townsend burst onto the scene, or will we see the emergence of Chris Crumsey or even Hunter Bonza, who we've seen positive signs from? Just really need somebody to make plays in the receiving game for the Bulldog offense.
Now, we've seen injuries at the quarterback spot. We've seen some injuries at the receiving core. One group that's really stuck with it injury-wise is the offensive line for the offense. And, you start with Nate Bennett up front, that left tackle spot. Jack Sasela, Isaiah Simon, Andre Williams, and between Nick MacArthur and Connor Bogdansky, they've done a fairly good job at running the football, making some lanes for these backs, and at times holding that pocket together for Lopez.
Yeah, certainly. I think over the vast majority of this season, the offensive line has been good. Last week, I don't think they were at their best against the Panthers. They looked a little bit off their game. There were some health issues, especially for Nate Bennett. He's good to go this week, hydrated, ready to play. And I think for the Bulldogs, we've really seen the emergence of TJ Moore as their top running back. We thought going into the year Sal Paterno was going to be the guy. TJ Moore, since he kind of burst onto the scene in that homecoming win in Week 3 over Bluffton, I think he's cemented himself as the top running back on this team right now in terms of performance.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns for Moore last weekend down in Greenville, Illinois. Let's flip this around, and you can't talk about successful Bulldog football without a very good defense. And yes, they're missing some players. They're getting some back. Wadis Ashman, who's playing safety in place of Donovan McCary, the senior, he's done a great job when he's in the game. He has to stay healthy, be out there as often as he can to be a factor with the defense.
Yeah, certainly.
And with
Looks like we're going to head to a commercial break here as the national anthem plays. Back with Bulldog football in a moment.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. 161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
By that Bulldog marching band. Welcome back. It's the pregame show, the conference opener for Adrian College and Hope College here at Docking Family Stadium. Ian Wentz, Calvin Keys back with you, continuing the defensive conversation. It starts up front. It starts with guys like Randall Broom and Shea LaRue. Shea will look to be in uniform and warming up today. He will be certainly a welcome sign for the defensive front. 6'4", 265-ish pounds. He's engaged as well. We saw that a couple weeks ago. He's playing for a lot, and he's a player that can make a difference in a football game when healthy, and he's going to have a matchup. I mean, if you look at the offensive line for Hope, their left tackle, Luke Marsh, a senior, 6'5" and 305. That could be a big matchup between LaRue and Marsh today.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see how it plays out. Obviously, Shea LaRue healthy is a great thing for this Bulldog defense because not only is he key to their performance, I think he's also key to their morale. He's the emotional leader of this team, as we've talked about. We've seen at numerous points throughout the season him firing up his guys, getting them in line, making sure that they're all on the same page and headed towards the same goal. So it's a huge positive to have Shea LaRue back in the starting lineup.
Yeah, and if we bump back a level to the linebacking core, you start at the middle with Riker Bidwell, a young man, just a sophomore for Coach Deere, 6 foot, 240 pounds. He had 17 tackles a couple weeks ago. He has really filled the shoes of Kyle Minder thus far, the longtime Bulldog middle linebacker. And Riker Bidwell scored that defensive touchdown last week. You're going to look in your program, and he's number 3 on the field. He will be everywhere this afternoon.
Yeah, Minder definitely left some big shoes to fill, but Riker Bidwell is, I don't want to say came out of nowhere, but really has emerged as a top talent on this defense, leading tackler virtually every week. He's a key piece. I think the Bulldog defense, if they perform, it makes things a lot easier for their offense. In terms of a lot of these closer games this season, they've had to play the field position game, and strong defensive play has certainly helped them in that aspect.
Bulldogs heading onto the field here for their home conference opener. Erase that 1-3 start. That's been the message in conversations with Coach Jim Deere. They are not taking a David and Goliath approach. They're taking an approach of, if we play Adrian football, we can win this game. I mean, he said the word win about 5 or 6 times in our interview earlier this week. Speak it into existence, right? I mean, there has been tape on this team of playing really good football. They'll have to put 4 quarters of that together against a very formidable Hope College team.
Yeah, I think you said it. We talked about it already. Their success has come in snippets. It's come in bunches. And what you have to do is be able to sew those different patches together into one cohesive performance. That's the goal for every football coach. It's difficult to do, but the Bulldogs will look to do that yet again here this Saturday afternoon. Another guy that is going to be key on defense, you already talked about, Wadis Ashman, starting at the safety position, began the year playing linebacker. Now he's at the safety spot. Another important note for today's broadcast, it is not, for those of you who watch on ACTV, it's being streamed by BCSN, so if we have any issues cutting from commercial or replays, it's not us. We're using the BCSN feed, so just wanted to point that out.
I'll call it like a radio broadcast. And however you may be watching or listening to the Adrian College Sports Network, we certainly appreciate it here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Adrian. The day started off incredibly foggy. That has all but cleared. Partly cloudy skies. We could see temperatures up into the mid-70s. We're at 74 degrees right now. It doesn't quite feel like fall. Mother Nature has another week or so of this great weather, and both teams will look to take advantage of that.
Yeah, it looks to be prime football weather, Ian. Not too much of a breeze going. Sunny, not too cold, not too hot, although it might be a little hot for the Bulldogs in the all-black uniform down there on the turf surface.
It is family weekend at Adrian College. Grandparents' Day a couple days ago, so the campus is buzzing here in central Lenawee County as we have the team captains for this afternoon. Looking at Tyler Poyer, Shea LaRue, Jack Sasela, and Keontae Townsend, the 4 Bulldog captains here this afternoon. And we look at the Hope College side of things. We have number 70, Dylan Clem. 73, Luke Marsh. We have 45, who is not playing this afternoon.
Not on the roster either. And that's either Terrell Harris or Brady Howe out there. I believe it's Harris, or could be Howe as well.
A couple of number 6s on the travel roster for the Hope Flying Dutchman.
I'll tell you what, it hurts a little bit to see Donovan McCary in street clothes and Ben Koloski walking in the boot right next to him. Those are just 2 big playmakers the Bulldogs will be missing. Again, it's a next man up mentality for Adrian today.
That it is. The Hope Flying Dutchmen have won at the toss. They will defer to the second half. Adrian will get the football. They'll work from right to left as we look down on Kaepernick Insurance Field at Docking Family Stadium. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Bulldog football here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of
Good afternoon, football fans, and welcome to Adrian College. Division III football here on the Adrian College Sports Network. It's the conference home opener for these Bulldogs. I am Ian Wentz, Calvin Keys alongside. Kickoff moments away. We will pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Adrian College Sports Network. resets. They look to the sideline for the word from the coaching staff. 4 on the play clock for Lopez. He will receive the snap. Mark throws the out route. He's caught by Townsend. First down, Dogs. His defender slipped down, made the catch for an Adrian first down. That's a nice move by the veteran receiver.
Yeah, great work by Townsend on the route to just, he was wide open there on the out route, but it looks like he's still going to be less than a yard short, it looks like. Take another look at the catch there. Great job to get that left foot in bounds before he went out as well.
Oh, it's a 4th and short. I thought he had the yardage to gain, but instead, a big 4th down early. Brady Raymond checks back into this football game. He'll be at quarterback. 4th and less than a yard from the Hope 10. Snap to Raymond. Raymond going left side. He's got the first down inside the 5. A flag flies behind the play. And hold your breath, Adrian fans. Right now it's a 1st and goal at the 3, but likely coming back. We'll check the call.
Looks like a hold at the O-line. See what the decision is.
As we get the call. And that is Jack Shashela, the starting left guard, and they're going to redo 4th down, and we will see the kicking unit. And Alec Milley will come out and attempt this field goal, and that is, penalties are drive killers as is, and that's just tough to do on 4th and less than a yard.
Yeah, especially leaves a sour taste in your mouth when Raymond was able to pick up the first down on the ground. But Milley's been really good, and Bulldogs will look to end this drive with points.
This will be a 36-yard field goal for Alec Milley. We'll tell you his statistical numbers after this attempt. Opening drive of this football game. Snap. Hold, a bit of a trouble with it, and it's not going to make it there. Difficulty corralling that snap. Number 44, Caleb McKinley. He put it on the turf. Milley never had a chance, and that is his first missed kick of this season. Bulldogs drive down the field and do not score. Hope with possession here, 1st and 10.
Yeah, I don't think the ball was down vertical by the time that Milley put foot to leather. And a tough way to end that first drive where the Bulldogs did a really good job moving the football. It's kind of been more of the same where it's a flag at a poor time, and then it's just an execution miscue, beating themselves a little bit there at the end of the drive.
Bulldog drive goes 10 plays, goes 53 yards in 4 minutes and 9 seconds. And it stalls at the Hope 19. It will be a Flying Dutchman football. And they'll operate from the left hash. We're scoreless here at Adrian College. 10 and 45 to go in our first quarter.
Apologies for some of those audio issues we also had on the previous drive. We've got video and audio up and running on YouTube now, so everything going smoothly. Apologies for that.
First pass for Hope. It's picked off! An Adrian interception! And the ball is returnable. Here they go inside the 15. How about that? Take it away, Bulldogs. A.J. Pipkins got his Bulldog paws on that pass. First down, Dogs. That's another takeaway for this Adrian defense.
My goodness. It feels like when the offense hasn't been able to make a play, the defense has come through in the clutch. Another look at this one. The quarterback dropped back to pass. Pipkins really just telegraphed that one seemingly right to him. Able to pick it off from Zach Trainer, and not the way that the freshman quarterback saw his first MIAA passing attempt going.
Boy, another interception for Pipkins on the season. He had one here a couple weeks ago. Will be a 1st and 10 Bulldogs now from the Hope 15. Scoreless. Opening 5 minutes. Lopez will give to Sal Paterno. He'll try the middle. Not too much there for the veteran running back as he's following the likes of Jack Shashela, Isaiah Simon, and Andre Williams in that front for Adrian.
Nothing really there for Paterno. Credit the Dutchman's defensive front closing up running lanes.
So they give him a couple yards as Paterno leaned his way forward. Adrian with the missed kick on offense. First play from scrimmage for Hope is an A.J. Pipkins interception. They're set up shop 2nd and 7 from the Hope 12. It's another run fake, and Lopez had his pass batted down as a couple of Dutchmen were in on that one.
That was
flying
Brad
through
Raridan.
the line. Yes, Raridan made a nice play on the ball as he did not buy that run fake at all, and just like that, it's a 3rd and 7. We have a defensive struggle here in the opening 5 minutes.
Yeah, it looks like it, and that's concerning from Lopez that, again, just didn't look over and see where the pressure was coming from. Kind of just blindly threw it in a split second. Have to be careful because that could have very easily been picked off by Raritan.
10:55 to go, opening quarter. We're scoreless. Lopez with a run fake. Mark looks left. Going to the corner for Bonza. It's caught out of bounds by the Hope defender. And we will likely see another field goal attempt as Darian Nunley, the sophomore corner, picked it off, but it was out of bounds. Adrian goes 3 and out, and we'll see Alec Milley once again.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of another concerning decision for Lopez. Plenty of time in the pocket. Would have liked to see him go to the right side where he had an open receiver. Instead, he throws into double coverage and wasn't very close to Bonza.
All right, we'll try this again. This time will be a 30-yard attempt right in the middle of the field for Alec Milley. We'll check the operation here. It looks good. Milley's kick up, and it's no good. He missed it right. He had plenty of leg on it. Milley is 0 for 2 this afternoon, and that one just fluttered off to the right. Boy, 2 possessions inside the Hope 20 and no points here in the early going.
Let's take another look at the hold for this one. Did McKinley get it down? Yeah, that's on
good.
Alec Milley. He's got to make that kick.
Boy, the Hope defense holds there. The Adrian interception results in no points for the offense. And here goes the defense out there for their second play of the afternoon. It's 0-0 here. 9:44 left in the first quarter. Football resting at the Hope College 20, where it will be 1st and 10 for Zach Trainer, the freshman quarterback. He'll look to throw again. Caught. Little flare pass to his running back as he's going to be escorted out of bounds into the Adrian College bench. And the catch for Elijah Smith for about 3 yards.
45, Elijah Smith on the reception.
It's just concerning for Milley missing those first 2 field goals because going into this game, he was 5 for 5 on the season.
Andrew Thomas credited for the Bulldogs stop. Give him 1, 2nd and 9. Trainer will line up in the shotgun. He'll receive the snap, give off, running left side, gets near the 24, where he is dumped by Sean Tolbert and company. Boy, Tolbert has really blossomed as well in this Adrian secondary. A handful of interceptions already this season for number 4 in black and gold. Adrian defense here on the field. It's a 3rd down and 6 for Hope. Their second possession. And they'll scrimmage from their own 24 off the missed field goal by Adrian. Defense trying to make another play here. Hope has yet to earn a first down this afternoon. In fact, this is their 4th play from scrimmage. Trainer looking middle, throws, caught for a 1st and 10 up over the 30 at the 35-yard line. The Hope reception there by Johnny Rowan Blanton. The freshman receiver went down to a knee to make that catch.
Yeah, nice route by Rowan Blanton to hold on to it, and Trainer really just tucking that one in with the low pass into the only open space he had available. Hope able to move the chains for the first time this afternoon.
Scoreless in the early going. 8:07 and rolling here in the opening stanza. Bulldogs and Flying Dutchmen squared up at 0. Trainer, the freshman quarterback, gives off, and the running back going to get tackled for no gain as Riker Bidwell got in on the tackle. No such luck for Sean Foster, number 26, the backup tailback.
Yeah, just the killer bees in black and gold there. Broom and Bidwell coming to that left side, and nice run stop to set up a 2nd and 10 scenario.
Look at Broom playing left defensive end. Normally an interior guy. It's a 2nd and 10 for Hope. Trainer looking left all the way, throws that way, and it's high, and it's incomplete. Looking in the direction of number 15, Travis Myers, the sophomore receiver. He was guarded closely out there, Andrew Thomas and Sean Tolbert.
It was good coverage from Tolbert, who we were talking about earlier, leads the team with 3 interceptions this year, but at the same time, Trainer just overthrew him by about 5 yards.
It's now a 3rd and 10. Hope has converted their only 3rd down this afternoon. It was on the prior 3rd down attempt. It's scoreless here in the opening quarter. 7:22 left in it. 2 receivers, left, 2 right. Trainer throwing left, and it's tipped by Pipkins and incomplete. AJ probably thought he had his 2nd pick of the afternoon. Instead, it's incomplete, and the Dutchman will punt.
Yeah, again, it's just great coverage like we've seen all season from the defensive backs for the Adrian Bulldogs, making things difficult for opposing receivers. And A.J. Pipkins with a great start to this afternoon. Already has a pick and a couple of big coverages there to set up the Dutchman punt.
Adrian will set to get this football. Darnell Bates will be back deep to receive this punt. It's a low kick. It's a line driver. Will be grabbed at the 25, and he gets dropped at the 27. Good coverage by those Hope Flying Dutchmen. Bulldog offense, they have moved the ball, but they are yet to score as they have moved the football once inside the 20, missed field goal, and they moved the ball on their first drive, came away with no points. So, yes, there's good, and yes, there's bad. You'd like to get the ball in the end zone if you could. I mean, the way they're moving the ball, that should probably be the expectation.
Yeah, definitely. It's been interesting because on their own side of the field, Mark Lopez has done a good job of spreading things out. When they've had the short field in the red zone, they've had a little bit more difficulty opening up receivers.
So 1st and 10, Adrian at their own 27, left hash. Crumsey in motion, left to right. He gets a little punch pass for Lopez. Speed to the right side for Crumsey, and he has plenty of it. Give him about 8 yards on that little push pass from Lopez.
Yeah, Crumsey was cruising. Has to be one of the fastest Bulldogs in the open field. Wasn't quite able to get the edge, but still acquires 7 yards on the carry.
Mark him at the 34-yard line. Hunter Bonza, Chris Crumsey, and Keontae Townsend are the 3 Bulldog receivers. Lopez in the pistol. He has Paterno in the backfield. Sal gets it, running right through the middle. He has the yardage for an Adrian 1st and 10. And if you can run the ball up the middle, Calvin, that really can open up your playbook. And you can run the ball anywhere, and it opens up some play action, too.
Yeah, I say this a lot, too, but Paterno is your guy. If you need to pick up 2-3 yards on the ground, pound it up the middle to Big Sal. He's good for the first down. Elijah
Paris enters the football game. The first time we've seen the young receiver, just a freshman, had a bit of a showing last week at Greenville. We'll see if Lopez looks his way. Mark takes, steps up into the pocket. He's going to throw it on the run, and he's going to chuck it out of bounds. Incomplete. Nobody in the vicinity, but was he out of the tackle box? That's the question. And I believe he was, so there will be no intentional grounding. We get the explanation from the referee. Give credit to whoever's working the audio. That was crystal clear from our head referee this afternoon.
Didn't have that benefit last week at Greenville, did we?
No, we did not.
We were having to do some guesswork on a lot of the penalty calls, especially with the amount of them that there were.
Yes, 5:58 to go in our opening quarter. We are scoreless. Adrian with the football, their 3rd possession. Lopez run fakes. He gets blitzed, and he gets dropped back at the 30. On the blitz from that secondary level, created the opening for Liam Danitz, the sophomore defensive lineman. That drops him back. They'd mark it at the 31. Lopez had no chance on that play.
Yeah, Danitz seemed to cut through his blocker like a hot knife through butter, and just nothing Lopez could do there. Just had to take the sack and look to keep himself safe there as the little guy goes down.
Inside 5.5 to go in the first quarter. Still looking for our first points of this afternoon. It's a 3rd and 17 for the Dogs. They need their own 48. Lopez feels pressure right, throws up for Townsend. He gets under the ball, and he just couldn't reach out for it. Oh, that's an ambitious pass by the young Lopez. I thought Townsend had a shot at the ball. Maybe he couldn't see it into those bright sunny skies, and that's a missed opportunity, and Adrian will punt.
I'm going to have to agree with you here because I think Lopez put that ball in a good area. Would have liked to see Townsend try and lay out for this one. By the time I think he spots where the ball is, he would have a little bit of sunlight.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He would have had to dive for it. I mean, it wasn't right in the breadbasket. So we will see Sammy LaFana, the Adrian punter, for the first time this afternoon. He's standing at his own 17-yard line, one of the best, if not the best, in the MIAA. Takes this snap, feels some pressure, boots it away. It's high. It's going to hit at around the 40 of Hope and stay right there, touched up at the 41. Not the best punt we've seen from LaFana, but we've seen the best of Adrian's defense. They've given up 1 first down this afternoon, and they already have 1 interception. They're ready to go back out there.
10 minutes in, it's been strong defensive play from both teams. And, yeah, like you said, that's a little bit uncharacteristic from LaFata, short by his standards. If you talk about who has executed the best of their position this season, you could say LaFata's been the guy, position-wise, who's been their best performer.
Adrian has 3 first downs today. Hope has 1. We are scoreless here at Docking Family Stadium. Hope scrimmages from their own 42. And they run it into a blitz, and he's going to get dropped for a big-time loss. Flying in there is Randall Broom, met there as well as Cameron Smith. And there was no room for that Hope Flying Dutchman running back, and that was Elijah Smith, dropped for a big loss.
Yeah, you said it. Look at Broom just dust aside Smith here.
I mean, that's a read option, and there's nothing you can do. I mean, you don't block Randall Broom, that's usually a mistake if you're an offensive staff.
It's been cool to see him on the edge as well. I feel like he can do it all. He's been great at the nose tackle position, now excelling on that edge as he hustles over to make the stop.
It's a 2nd and 14 for Hope. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the opening quarter. They motion the running back out of the backfield. Trainer, the freshman quarterback, looks middle. He's got a man wide open at the 50. Riker Bidwell takes him down 2 yards shy of the Hope first down, and finding a spot in that zone was Johnny Rowan Blanton, his second big catch today.
Rowan Blanton has been their guy in clutch scenarios. Talk about they were against the sticks, able to make it a shorter 3rd and 2 scenario than it would have been otherwise with a key catch at a key time.
3rd down and 3 for Hope. From the 50, Adrian shows 4 across the defensive front. Hope looks to the sideline. They have the quarterback out there, that's Trainer, standing alongside his running back, Chance Strickland. See what the Flying Dutchman do here. Looks to be a run. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, Trainer. He is right at the sticks, and I think he got it. Tackled by Ganop, but not before he picked up the first down, and that, I believe, was Bo Ganop making the stop. Or they give Bidwell credit, excuse me.
I think that's what separates a quality QB from a mediocre QB, is that ability to make something out of nothing. Trainer just able to use his legs to pick up the first down and move the sticks for his team.
1st and 10 Hope. Their first play in Adrian College territory this afternoon. This is going to be a run fake pass. It is dropped. Tight coverage by Andrew Thomas. Or no, that was A.J. Pipkins, number 7. Just ripped the ball out of the intended receiver, Grant Holzer. Would have been a 1st and 10. Instead, it's a 2nd down and 10 as Hope scrimmages from the Adrian 47. As we are looking for our first points of the afternoon with 2:59 to go in the first quarter. Adrian has left 6 points on the board, a couple of missed field goals.
And you certainly hope that doesn't come back to bite them later in the game, but you don't feel good early on not capitalizing on those drives.
2nd and 10 for the Dutchman. Trainer, the quarterback, will take, fake the run. He's looking deep. Man's got a step, and he overthrew him by about 3 yards as the receiver beat his man. Travis Myers got open behind the Adrian secondary. Trainer put a lot of air under that football. He had a touchdown, but just missed him.
Yeah, Myers, great speed to break away down the field. Not often you see someone beat Andrew Thomas in a foot race, but Myers was able to do so, and the onus there was just on the freshman quarterback for Hope finding his man.
Yeah, 2 freshman quarterbacks this afternoon between Adrian and Hope. It's a 3rd and 10 for the Flying Dutchman. They show 2 receivers right, 1 left, tight end on the line of scrimmage to the left. The young quarterback Trainer will look, has time, throws middle. It's caught. 1st down at the 30 inside. And they're finding space in the middle of the Adrian defense as the pass is complete to Myers for a Hope 1st down.
There was just an uncovered pocket in the middle of the field. Travis Myers open yet again. This time Trainer will hit the target with the pass. And that was a really nice throw.
Football at the Adrian 28.
How about the vertical from Myers to get up for that one as well, as he was off balance.
Hope breaks the huddle into the line. 2 receivers left, 1 right. 2 backs in the backfield with Trainer. Bulldogs bring pressure, forces him out, grabs him by the shoulder pads. Trainer escapes, throws in zone. It is tipped and incomplete. Sean Tolbert made a play on the football. Thought he had a chance at a pick. Great job to knock it down as Trainer broke the tackle and was looking for Jack Goldie in the end zone, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, that was nice work from the Bulldogs. Looked like it was Cameron Smith who brought pressure there, nearly caught Trainer, but credit to Sean Tolbert who stayed with his man even while the quarterback was scrambling. It's easy to lose your assignment while you have to cover a guy for so long like that, but he stuck with him like gum to the bottom of a shoe.
The Adrian safety out there with Wadis Ashman. showing two safeties on this look. Trainer takes the snap. It's a run through the middle. Gets tripped up and tackled at the Adrian 25. 3 yards for Cam Strickland. And another big third down upcoming. Hope has converted a couple in this opening quarter as we approach 1.5 minutes left in the first.
This is a pretty crucial point in the drive as well, because I'm not sure what Jack Shirelli's range is for the Flying Dutchman, but this is kind of an area where if they're able to pick up more yards, they're in field goal range, whereas if the Bulldogs can stop them here, they're probably just going to have to go for it and make it a 4-down scenario.
They scrimmage from the Adrian 25. The Bulldog fans getting loud here at Docking Family Stadium. Bulldogs bring a blitz. Trainer stands in the pocket, throws left, and he missed his target, incomplete, as he had the running back out on the backfield. Chance Strickland just led him a bit too much. The pressure finally got there, and it looks like Hope will trot out the field goal unit here on a 4th down.
And Trainer's got to be kicking himself here because Strickland was open. I think if that pass is completed, that's probably a touchdown. There was no one there over by Strickland, and now they're going to bring out Shirelli to kick it.
We're going to find the range. This will be a 42-yarder. There is hardly any wind here in Adrian this afternoon. Snap from the 25. The hold will be from the 32. And the snap is bumbled, and he's going to try to throw it, and he throws a pass, and it's incomplete. So field goal troubles early. Bulldogs force a turnover as the snap could not be corralled by Sam Cochran. He tried to throw it away. The fire drill. Fire, fire, fire. That's what they shout. And he had nowhere to go, and they couldn't even get the kickoff.
For a second there, I thought it was a design field goal fake, but there was no receivers open, so pretty clear that that was not the intended play. And, you know, luckily for the holder, that was Cochran, as you said. He was able to get that football away to salvage a little bit of field position.
Exactly. So, field goal kickers, it's not your afternoon. Alec Milley for Adrian is 0 for 2, and now the Hope kicker did not even get an attempt on this. Bulldogs come out of that jumbo formation. It is Sal Paterno running behind his offensive line. Gets some room to the left. There's Paterno up to the 30. Dragged out of bounds up over the 35, and a flag at the end of it. This might be a horse collar on Sal Paterno as he was running that ball. Got grabbed from behind, and we await this call.
That was Nick Flegler on the tackle.
Boy, Paterno bounced that thing out.
Really did.
And we'll check this penalty as the officials have a conference at the Adrian College 41. As it stands, it's a 14-yard rush for Sal Paterno. And it's a personal foul face mask on the safety, Nick Flagler. And that's going to add 15 yards onto the end of that run. So take a 15-yarder. And they add a sideline warning to Hope.
It's been a slow start for Paterno this year, but that was one of his best runs of the season. Just the awareness. There was nothing for him inside. Able to get it away. And I didn't get a glance at it there. Did we see the face mask from Flegler?
I didn't see it live.
Must have got a handful.
Yeah, Crumsey in motion. It's going to be run for Paterno, navigating his way through a couple of Flying Dutchman defenders. Paterno a hard-earned 2 yards. They're going to bring that jumbo formation. I mean, look. I mean, they're bringing out a whole lot of people to butcher the English language there as Delano Anderson, the sophomore offensive lineman, heads onto the field. The extra tight end for Adrian, Ryan Brumley. TJ Moore is the back. He's behind Lopez, who stands in the pistol. Snap. Fake to Moore. Lopez looking deep. He's got a man. It's Poyer. Caught at the 20. He will score! The Bulldog touchdown. Mark Lopez, 44 yards to Tyler Poyer. His first touchdown of the season. He was wide open.
All alone. Poyer had a chance to drink a cup of coffee and then go into the end zone. I mean, he was all by himself. Breakdown from the Hope secondary. Poyer capitalizes. Lopez finds his man. We've got 6 on the board, Ian.
That's a formation that you put on film last week. They ran. Lopez pulls it from Moore's belly, finds Poyer's hands, and the Bulldogs have 6 points on the board. As the extra point by Milley, great job to get that snap down. Whew. As that kick, the snap rolled back to the holder, And we'll give credit where credit is due. Was that 44, Caleb McKinley?
Yeah.
Little redemption tour there for the young Bulldog holder. We'll step aside 30 seconds. Adrian's on the board. A long touchdown pass from Lopez to Poyer. We'll be back in 30 on the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. An Adrian College touchdown pass from Lopez to Poyer of 43 yards gives Adrian a 7-0 lead. The ensuing kickoff flies out of bounds. This will give Hope some good field position as Jack Boyke sent it out of play. I mean, Calvin, you go back to that touchdown pass, they brought out a lot of people, a lot of mass.
Yeah.
Gutsy call to go play action, and they just slipped Poyer behind for the score.
I mean, in terms of the personnel that they had on the field, those are the guys that when they walk up to the front doors of the Ritchie Marketplace, the dining hall here on campus, the staff there got to be trembling with the amount of food those guys consume. I mean, they had some big bodies out there on the field. But then just the trickery to, you know, I think everyone in the stadium thought they were going to just tote the rock, right? Instead, they take a shot downfield. They surprised everyone, including the Hope defense, and that's why Tyler Poyer was so open, and Lopez just an easy throw to make. Poyer dances into the end zone to make it a 7-0 ball game.
So Hope has had an interception on offense. They've had a punt and a missed field goal. Another possession for the Flying Dutchman. It's 7-0 Bulldogs. 20 seconds remain in our opening quarter. Hope sends a man in motion across the formation. Trainer, the quarterback, takes, throws to the flat. Pipkins makes the tackle after the reception was made by Johnny Rowan Blanton, as he has been a focal point of this Hope offense in the first quarter.
Yeah, Rowan Blanton has been the top target for Trainer so far in this game. That's his third catch, and now he clips his 30 yards on the day receiving.
And that will be the final play of our first quarter. We do have a score, folks. It's Adrian 7, Hope nothing. Second quarter coming up in 30 seconds. You're tuned in to Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back to the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wentz, Calvin Keys, 1 quarter in the books. And we have 1 touchdown in the books. It's a long pass from Mark Lopez to Tyler Poyer for 6. The extra point makes it 7-0 as Hope has the football to start this second quarter. We had a little bit of everything in that opening frame. We had, as you said off air, we've had some snapping issues on kicks. We've had some holding issues and some kicking issues as well, as we'll look at some of the first quarter stats here in just one moment as they are announcing the scholar of the day. And we are ready for play. It will be a 2nd down and 6 for the Dutchmen on offense here, trailing 7-0 from their own 39. Trainer will fake a run and get tackled in the hole. That is a form tackle, folks, by Wadis Ashman.
Number 31 for Adrian must sit out 1 play for a helmet off.
As the helmet gets taken off of the Bulldog defensive lineman Cameron Smith, he's off for 1 play. They're going to trot on Luke Lighty. They'll just put another linebacker out there. It's now a 3rd down and call it a long 3. Hope trying to stifle this Adrian momentum. Trainer in at quarterback. His running back on this play is Chance Strickland, the junior. Snap back, run fake, Trainer's got the first down as he's tackled in the hole by Wadis Ashman. 5 yards on the rush, and Hope gets the first down.
I'll tell you what, Trainer hasn't looked the greatest throwing the football in terms of accuracy, but on the ground he's been pretty good, being able to salvage plays, and that looked like just a designed QB draw there, using the freshman's legs to the offense's advantage. He moves the sticks.
1st and 10 football, just placed over the left ear of Bruiser here on the field at Kaepernick Insurance Field. 1st and 10. Go the Flying Dutchman, opening 2 minutes here in this second quarter. Send a man in motion across the formation. Trainer throws. He got a screen set up, but ran well by the Bulldogs secondary. That man again, A.J. Pipkins, makes the tackle after the quick reception for Grant Holzer, as Pipkins is seeing the football very well this afternoon.
A.J. Pipkins, another great tackle. He's not just a solid football player, he's also a solid broadcaster. He helped us out with one of our women's soccer streams a couple of weeks ago, so he can do it all.
We need him on the football field today.
That's true. We don't want him up in the press box.
No, he's more valuable down there. As it is, it's a negative reception of 2 yards. Clock rolling, 13:15 to go in the first half. It's a Bulldog lead, 7-0. Receiver in motion across the formation. Trainer, he's looking to throw. He has a couple players going deep. He throws it out. It's caught wide open at the 33 and slips a initial tackle down to the 26-yard line. As he found an opening, that is Eli Vanderveen. As time to throw for Trainer, let that route develop.
Yeah, certainly. That's Vanderveen's first catch of the day. Got some separation. And at the end of the day, for both quarterbacks who are pocket passers, their success is going to hinge on their pass protection. Trainer just with plenty of time to unload and find his man.
So Hope first down. Ball spotted at the Bulldog 25. Adrian's protecting a 7-0 lead on a Tyler Poyer touchdown catch from quarterback Mark Lopez. Trainer looking for an answer, throws middle, caught by Vanderveen again as he is through the Bulldog secondary, and there's a flag on the play. And I'm going to go on experience, Calvin. I'm going to call this. It'll be an illegal lineman downfield. That's my guess. That's where the flag was thrown. I'm hedging my bet on that call.
There we go.
Nailed it.
There we go. Hit the jackpot, Ian.
So that was, one of those run fakes where the linemen aren't sure if the quarterback is actually going to run, and then when he pulls the ball back, you're kind of stuck. So I can't blame Dylan Clem for that one.
Might have to get you down there in a striped shirt and a hat, Ian.
See, Pipkins is more valuable down there. I'm more valuable up here.
Fair enough.
So it erases that big reception, and now it's a 1st and 15 for the Hope College offense. 12:23 to go before the first half concludes, as we have a whistle halting play.
I think your offensive lineman was showing with that flag prediction as well.
It may have been. The umpire has some words for the line judge on the far side. The umpire is set to go. The referee says wind that clock, and they will do that. It's a 1st and 15 now for Hope from the Adrian 30. Trainer, a high snap, brings it down nicely, gives off up the middle. And that's good to get the penalty yardage back for Elijah Smith, the senior running back for the Hope Flying Dutchman.
More textbook defense from the Bulldogs. Running the football, Hope hasn't had a lot of success. They've been forced to throw it. The offensive line's done a good job of protecting Trainer, but they haven't opened up much space for their running backs to move into.
Bulldogs in the first quarter outgain Hope 128-52. Hope looking to get on the scoreboard. Trainer flushed out of the pocket, throws sideline. A flag comes in at the near side, as that is about as far away from the play as you could get, and I have no idea about this call. I'm not going to try to predict anything. The pass was incomplete.
I think Jacob Smith was trying to get around the edge, and someone might have got a handful of his jersey there.
There you go.
I think we're 3 for
Nice
3
job.
on flag predictions so far
Exactly.
this game.
So the Bulldogs will accept this penalty. So instead of a 3rd and 10, they'll make it a 2nd and 20. And that will likely knock Hope out of field goal range if they don't gain any more yards here. Mark it back just inside the Adrian 35. 11:38 to go before halftime. It's a 7-0 Bulldog lead on a Tyler Poyer touchdown reception from Mark Lopez. Hope has thrown an interception, punted, and missed a field goal. In fact, did not get the attempt off. It's a 2nd and 10. Trainer feeling the pressure. Throws up to the left side. It's a jump ball, and it's going to fall incomplete. Hope looking for a flag. And Calvin, I don't see one, and it'll be a 3rd and 20. Oh, I think Hope may have had an argument as A.J. Pipkins was blanketed all over the Hope receiver, and that was Eli Vanderveen.
I think this goes both ways, where when you look at the route between Vanderveen and covered by Pipkins, they were both hand fighting. Pipkins actually got the worst of it, it looked like, and got pushed off on at the last second. So I think that's a good call by the referees. If both guys are doing it, it's pretty tough to call that one way.
Pass slightly underthrown as Vanderveen was able to stay on his feet, but all that is in the past. As we stand right now, it's a 3rd down and 20 for Hope at the Adrian 34-yard line. 11.5 to go before the half. 7-0 Adrian. Zach Trainer takes this snap. He will look to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He will be taken down, and he will be sacked. Shea LaRue, welcome back, young man. That's a sack for number 5, all the way back to the 43, and that's a ferocious Bulldog pass rush.
I think being on the sidelines last week, he was pretty excited to get back out there. He makes a big play for his team on 3rd down, and Hope already had to move the ball into a different county, and now they're going to have to go to a different district entirely in order to get a 1st down. Now they'll punt the ball away.
Jake Fetro initially applied the pressure on Trainer, and Shea LaRue cleaned up the mess. This is a 4th and 30 for Hope. They will punt away. It's a low snap, will be picked up, and they're waiting, and they'll boot it away. It's not the best of kicks, as it'll land at the Adrian 21 and bounce back toward the 25, as that's off the right foot of Caleb Dean, listed as a corner on the roster. So some double duty for him, corner and punter. And Calvin, this Adrian defense, they're playing a whole different ball game than we saw last week. Now, we did see 2 touchdowns from the Adrian defense last week, but they also gave up those 45 points. They've come into this game with a purpose.
I think the mantra going into this game was, let's keep what's been good on offense and try to fix what was bad last week on defense. And that's actually what we've seen so far.
So Lopez back out onto the field. Bulldog football at their 25, 1st and 10. Or no, that is Brady Raymond, excuse me. Raymond around the left side. Some room there for Brady. Stays on his feet near a 1st down as Raymond follows Nate Bennett. Big left tackle, and as we mentioned in the pregame, it is great to see him as he was dealing with some post-game issues over at Greenville. He looks 100%. And it's good to see Brady Raymond get some positive plays with this Adrian offense.
Yeah, talking to a lot of guys around the team, I was actually suggesting, we've seen in past seasons for the Michigan Wolverines, J.J. McCarthy, Cade McNamara switching out in the middle of drives. It's been that same sort of thing. If you want to throw it, you go to Lopez. If you want to run it, you go to Raymond.
They're going to try Sal Paterno here. Sal gets hit low and dropped after about a 3-yard rush as Adrian goes back to that jumbo look. I'll have to get the official term for that formation. I mean, that is extra linemen, extra tight ends, extra fullbacks, and TJ Moore. And, man, I love to see that. That's old-fashioned football.
Let's call it the big fella formation.
The big fella formation. I like it. And that's 3 yards on that one. It's a 2nd down and 7 as Hunter Bonza checks into the game. Chris Crumsey as well. Keontae Townsend. Those are your 3 Bulldog receivers. Tyler Poyer stays in at the wing spot, the H-back. Mark Lopez with 9:20 to go before half, hands off to Sal Paterno. Sal tries the left side, gets up over the 40, moves that pile rugby style up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and short for the Adrian offense.
Tell you what, it's an awful lot easier to run downhill when you got Jack Shashayla, Nate Bennett just pushing you from behind. Keep moving the pile.
Hold on to the football, son. We'll take you for the ride. 2 hands on it.
Strap in.
Yeah, that's right. Bulldogs trying to get the formation right. 15 seconds on this play clock. Game clock at 8:44. Bulldogs up 7-0. Raymond is in the game at the quarterback position. Raymond going to take, lower the shoulder. He's close to the line. He needed the 45. He might be a half yard short. As the hole was there initially, Hope did a good job to cover it up, and it will be a 4th down and less than a yard. And they're going to bring that, what are we calling this formation?
The big fella formation.
The big fella formation is back out for the Dogs as Mark Lopez is back in the game. Bulldog quarterback. I mean, these 2 QBs, They're freshmen and their roommates and their friends. So they don't mind trading snaps once in a while. This is Lopez from the pistol. TJ Moore in at running back behind him. 5 seconds left on the play clock. We'll see if Adrian wants to snap it here. And they do snap it. It's a give to Moore. Moore trying the edge, lowers the shoulder. I don't think he got it. A flag flies in late. Hope got a stop. We'll check the marker as Moore bounced it out to the edge. Hope gang tackles young number 28, and the Bulldog fans anxiously awaiting this flag to see if it's on the Dutchman.
Tyler Poyer was convinced as soon as the laundry flew that it was going to be on the other team, but might be against the Bulldogs.
And instead it's a hold on the Bulldogs. Defense shines right there for the Flying Dutchman. They take over in Adrian territory. It's 1st and 10, and if you're more on that play, you like the effort, but you're running away from where all the good people are.
Where the big fellas are, Ian.
Exactly. You see it all over football. The quarterback under center and push him.
But credit to him, that took about 5 or 6 guys to bring him down. That's persistence, but a little bit misplaced, as you said. Got to execute the play call and went away from his blockers. Not a recipe for success.
2 receivers left, 1 right for Trainer. He'll give off to Elijah Smith. Smith missed 1 tackle. He's down inside the Bulldog 39 as Shea LaRue got a paw on him, influenced the path of the Hope running back. It's a good gain, though, 5 yards, 2nd and 5.
And for Hope, the good news is, despite their lack of success getting the ball rolling on offense, their defense has helped them out by getting some pivotal stops against the Bulldogs. So this is the time for them to try and put some points on the board heading into halftime.
It's a 7-0 Adrian College lead. Hope with the football, 2nd and 5, 7:05 to go in this first half. Trainer, he's going to throw, looking left, no one's out there. He'll throw it over incomplete as he took a shot on the play.
Incomplete.
Hope takes a chance on a long pass. Adrian brought a blitz, and that's a great play call.
Yeah, you just wonder if that's a throwaway or if he was looking for Grant Holzer downfield and there was just some sort of miscommunication with the route because there was just nobody there. Another important 3rd and 5 scenario.
3rd down attempt for Hope as they are 4 of 7 this afternoon. They need 5 yards. Trainer looks right, feels pressure, steps up. He has green grass in front of him down to the 30 and slides to safety. That's a nice job by the young QB. Saw nobody open. Tuck, run, 1st down Hope.
And that was a great move by Zach Trainer to escape. Zach be nimble, Zach be quick. Look at that. Just a nice little cut. That really opened things up for him, getting around that edge rusher.
Give the freshman quarterback 10 yards on the rush, where it will be a 1st and 10 Hope. They're now 5 of 8 this afternoon, converting on 3rd down. 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 29. Under 6.5 to go in the second quarter, 7-0 Bulldogs. Receiver in motion, that's Rowan Blanton. He lines up to the right now, motions back left. Trainer takes, it's a straight drop back pass. Broom brought pressure, throws it out, caught, nice grab inside the 20. As there was some good coverage out there by Bidwell, but Strickland made the catch on the play. It's a 12-yard pickup and a 1st and 10.
Through nearly 2 quarters of football, Trent Strickland looks like the most versatile piece of this Flying Dutchman offense. He's able to run the football, but also is a pretty good pass catcher as well. It's always a plus as a running back when you're able to make some grabs in the air, too. And he was spinning around while he made that snag.
So off the Hope defensive stop, they're driving the ball here. 1st and 10, placed at the Adrian 17. Looking to tie up the score here in Adrian. Snap is well high. Trainer pulls it down, gives it off to Strickland. He weaves his way through a pack of Bulldogs, down for about 4, maybe 5 on the rush. And for a Hope offense that took a while to generate some things, they're finding some success with that middle run and some play action pass.
I think the key is variety, right? Switching up what you're going to do to keep the defense on their toes and being consistent. You don't need to get a big gain every play or take a shot every play. It's all about picking up those 3-4 yard gains on a regular basis.
Zach Trainer, the freshman quarterback, stands in the pistol. He has his running back Chance Strickland behind him. H-back in motion, right to left across the offensive line. It's a power run for Strickland. Strickland through the pile, and he's in for the Hope College touchdown. It's a 12-yard rush right down Broadway. Hope forces the 4 downs and out. They go down the field and score to make it 7-6. Extra point coming up.
Chance Strickland was strictly business on this carry. Look at this. Just a nice little sidestep. Then he had the hole and really made it look easy.
I'm not sure he was touched.
I don't think he was, and that's a credit to the offensive line for Hope.
Caden Balkin on for the extra point for Hope. We'll check this operation. Snap is good. Hold is good. The kick looks very good. Up into the James F. Thomas Pavilion in the south end zone here at Docking Family Stadium. It is now tied up at 7 apiece between Hope and Adrian. Bulldogs will get the ball when we come back. You're listening to Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Good afternoon, Bulldog fans, however you may be listening or watching to the Adrian College Sports Network. My name is Ian Wentz, Calvin Keys alongside. Boy, we saw Hope answer. The defense gets a stop on an Adrian 4th and short. They drive 43 yards for the score. And a 12-yard touchdown run by Chance Strickland. The junior running back gets the Dutchman on the board. The extra point makes it 7 apiece with 4:47 to go in our first half. Kick is away, and it will go into the Adrian end zone. Will be a touchback. Okay, Hope has the answer. Bulldogs searching. What are they doing well offensively, Calvin?
I think similar to what Hope was doing well, it's just the variety. It's that mixture of using Mark Lopez's arm and his accuracy to your advantage, but also getting big Sal Paterno going and TJ Moore going. You know, the run game sputtered a little bit there on that 4th down conversion try, but for the most part, I think Paterno has looked as good as he has all season.
Ball placed at the Adrian College 25 as they operate here in a tie ball game. That is Sal Paterno. Cuts back right to left, dives ahead. It's a nice rush for Sal Paterno. And you're right, this is probably the best we've seen number 5 run the football here in this young season. Again, it's the conference opener for both squads. Adrian 1-3 out of the league. Hope 3-1.
Again, Sal's not a big yardage guy. He's got 9 carries for 33 yards, but he's averaging 3.7 a carry, which is something you love to see if you're Coach Deere.
3 yards a carry on 3 straight plays, plus the half gives you a first down every 3 plays. This is another run. Here's Paterno, a lot more than 3.5. He's up to the 50-yard line. That's some great blocking on that Adrian College right side. Nick MacArthur and Connor Bogdansky creating that space.
Yeah, Bogdansky able to bog down the Hope secondary and create space for Paterno there to run to the right side. Have to love what you've seen from Sal so far in this football game. His best performance so far this season in this first half.
It's an Adrian first down on the right hash of the 50 at the base of the block A that Bruiser is leaning on here on Kapnick Insurance Field. It's another run for Paterno. So he gets stuffed up after a couple yards. Trying that middle of the Hope defensive line. It's a good job by the Dutchman. One name on there, Otis Ackerman, the junior defensive lineman.
You're talking about Bruiser leaning on the A. Bulldog offense continues to lean on Sal Paterno, but now they're going to switch it up and send Brady Raymond out on the football field for a 2-receiver set.
It's a 2nd and 8. In the backfield with him is Trenton Holden. He's listed as the fullback. He is a freshman. So the all-freshman backfield. Raymond's going to run to the right, leaning on that freshman fullback. He's down to the 45. Slips a tackle, gets about 5 yards on the rush. It's a 3rd and 2 upcoming. Ball spotted at the Hope 41.5-yard line. Bulldog offense early looking a lot better than they did last week as they struggled in that first half against Greenville.
I think against Greenville last week we saw a little bit of a quicker defense that our offensive line struggled to get out in front and block. the blocking has just been picture perfect so far this afternoon.
3rd down, 1.5. It's Brady Raymond still in at quarterback. He will take. He's going to follow Jack Shashela, lower the boom, get to the 40. That's a gutsy first down for the freshman from Pinckney, Michigan. And he's going to head to the bench. That's a nice job by number 1, as he did not have his best showing last week. He's playing much better this afternoon.
Yes, certainly. And as we take another look at this play, Raymond's got 2 guys in his face, but he's able to shrug off the tackle and just eke out that extra yard for the first down.
Lopez back in the football game. It's a 1st and 10 Bulldogs at the Hope 39, tied at 7. 2 minutes to go in our first half. Lopez looking to throw. Steps up middle. He's got Townsend wide open at the 10. He'll walk in for the Bulldog touchdown. Lopez, Townsend, 39 yards. Bulldog score. How do you leave number 3 that open?
I don't know. That's the second touchdown reception where the receiver has just been all alone. You see Lopez, his eyes light up. Fire, finds Townsend. And just, the key to success in this football game has been a strong pass game. That theme continues as Townsend will get a big touchdown reception that has to work wonders for his confidence.
The middle of the field has been open pretty much all afternoon for both teams as Millie puts foot to leather, drives that right through those 2 uprights in the north end zone. And how about that Adrian College answer? It's a 39-yard strike from Mark Lopez to Keontae Townsend, and Adrian back up in front, 14-7. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
A second touchdown pass for Mark Lopez. This one, freshman to senior, as Keontae Townsend hauls in the 39-yard touchdown grab, and Adrian responds from the Hope touchdown as they drive 75 yards for the score. Here's a nice Adrian kickoff inside the 5. Will be returnable out there for number 24, Nick Nemec. And he's going to get popped just over the 15-yard line. That's a good special teams tackle for number 19 on the stop. Braden Jewell, we've seen play some wide receiver, makes the play on special teams.
Yeah, Jewell with just a gem of a tackle there to set up some challenging field position for Hope to start their drive.
Do you have a book of puns over there?
100% original, off the top of my head.
Is that your whole note sheet?
I live for this kind of stuff, Ian.
There's no stats, there's no interesting facts, it's just puns.
I'm sitting in class all week when I'm supposed to be doing my assignments. I'm just thinking, going through the Adrian roster, how can I make a play on this name? No, this is what I live for.
I'm not going to say I haven't done that in my time doing color commentary. It's going to be Trainer on a pass on 1st and 10. The reception made over the 20. He's not going to go much further as Eli Vanderveen makes the reception.
I will say, though, I heard it from some of my friends a couple weeks ago when I butchered the Wiz Khalifa punchline.
Oh,
it's black and yellow, not black and gold. I messed it up. I was kicking myself after.
You've been hitting the broadcaster's training room. So 2nd down, call it 7 for Hope. 1:44 to go in the opening half.
Townsend looks fired up on that sideline, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. 4 down lineman for the Dogs. They'll bring some pressure. Trainer looking middle, now throws to the flat, caught by Elijah Smith, and he's tackled by the ankle at the 25. That's A.J. Pipkins. He has the interception today, a couple pass breakups, and a good tackle right there as a whistle halts play. Maybe it's a clock issue. They call a timeout on the field. They want the game clock to stop, as they're going to have to probably reset it. It was a catch of about 3 or 4 yards.
You know, this is the time in the game where, as a fan, you get a chance to go grab a snack, bathroom break here before we get to the end of this second quarter, as I don't know how long it's going to take to sort this one out. Go grab some cheese puffs or something.
We're going to pause 10 seconds for our network stations to identify themselves. This is Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio in front of
Clock. It's 1:35 left before the half. It's an Adrian lead of 14-7. A third down for Hope at their own 25. They need their own 29. Trainer is in the backfield with his running back Elijah Smith. Trainer looking to throw. Now he'll tuck it and run. He's got some space up over the 30. Now to the 35. He's wrapped up and tackled as he crosses the 36. As a flag flies in late on the Adrian secondary, and that's going to add 15 yards to the run for Trainer, who picked up 11 on his own.
That's Bidwell with the late hit. Trainer already on the ground, went in with the shoulder. That's going to add 15 yards.
We're going to get the official word here.
Rare miscue from number 3.
Absolutely. And the discussion here, if you're a Hope fan, is should he stay in the game? It's, they would probably have the benefit of some replay if he led with the crown of the helmet, all those types of things. What type of penalty this will be, we're not sure, but it will be against a Bulldog defender and give Hope some very good field position.
Oh, boy.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 7, hit high to the quarterback, 15-yard penalty.
It's a 15-yarder.
First down.
It's on A.J. Pipkins, who actually came in there late.
Oh, it was Pipkins, okay.
And popped the young quarterback, as it was clearly a late hit as he was wrapped up at the ankles.
That was Andrew Thomas.
Oh, was it?
That was
Thomas.
Thomas.
That was number 1. Yeah, they got the wrong number.
That's just senseless when the guy's already going down. You don't need to go in there and
right
take a shot
too.
at him. As soon as he got up, he knew what his mistake was, but I think he dodges a bullet there because that could have been a targeting call pretty easily. Shoulder to head there on that hit.
So they call it on Pipkins, but the replay shows us it was on number 1, Andrew Thomas. See if they make that correction maybe at the half. As it stands, it's a Hope 1st and 10.
Correction, the foul was on number 1.
And they do change it. Nice job.
Hope has decided to go on the snap.
Spoke it into existence there, Ian.
Exactly. The Bulldog 49 is where the Flying Dutchman scrimmage. 1:25 left in this half. Adrian holding on to a 14-7 lead. Bulldogs bring 5. Trainer stepping up. Feels the pressure. He'll get sacked. And you hear Broom from the fans here at Docking Stadium as Randall Broom sweeps down the quarterback and brings him down for a loss. Hope calls a timeout.
Yeah, Broom just tidying things up there on the backfield. Brings down Trainer. Huge sack. He can play nose tackle. He can also play edge as he sneaks by the offensive lineman and sends Trainer right into the dustpan.
Man, that is fun to watch. Broom is a menace inside. If you put him on that edge, boy, maybe we found something on defensive end here opposite Shea LaRue as Broom collects the sack. It's Hope calling a timeout, their first of this half. 1:15 left in it. It's a Bulldog lead of 14-7. Bulldog defense getting some pressure on the young quarterback. They brought 5 on that play.
Randall Broom's going to be a problem no matter where you put him on the defensive line, Ian.
Now he's lined up on the defensive left side. Shea LaRue lined up on the defensive right. 3 receivers tight into a bunch on the left for Hope. Trainer straight back to pass. Throws middle, caught at the 45. Bidwell on the tackle after about a 8-9 yard catch by Travis Myers.
Myers' second catch of the game.
Quickly to the line. 58 seconds left in the half.
Third down and 5.
It's a 3rd and 5 for the Flying Dutchman. 2 receivers on his side. Trainer will take, he'll run it himself. Gets through the initial hit. Down inside the 30 as he's finally dropped at the 29-yard line. That's a nice run by the quarterback on a 3rd down conversion.
They got to hurry up here.
29-yard line is where they spot it. 40 seconds left in the half. 2 timeouts for Hope. Trainer throws right side. It's tipped and nearly. Oh, did he catch that pass? He did.
My goodness.
What a grab for Eli Vanderveen. So I thought Pipkins batted the football down, and Hope will call their second timeout. What a nifty catch by Vanderveen.
Not even so much the catch. I just don't know how that football made it through with 2 guys right on top of him. But Trainer put that one into a small space, and Hope with 33 seconds to try and get in the end zone or get a field goal here going into halftime.
Hope takes a break. We will as well. It's Adrian 14, Hope 7. You're tuned in to Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
It's okay.
2nd and 7 for Hope.
You're back.
Back here at Docking Family Stadium, the second down pass is complete to Elijah Smith as Trainer makes the connection. It's a Hope College 1st and 10 as they're trying to tie this game up before the halftime break. 26 seconds left in it. Bulldogs 14, Flying Dutchman 7. 26 seconds left in this half. Hope with one timeout left. We're going to scrimmage this from the 14-yard line as Smith went out of bounds. So plenty of time here. 15 on the play clock.
Have to imagine they'll keep it in the air with limited time left on the clock.
Trainer will take this snap. He's going to step up. He's going to look to run. Trainer to the sideline. He gets pushed out at around the 11-yard line as Cameron Smith was influencing the young quarterback. He'll get credit for the tackle with 20 seconds left. It's a second down and a long 6.
Getting out of bounds there was just crucial for Trainer. Try and stop the clock with 20 seconds left. It's 2nd and 7 now, and he's really looked his best when he's been running with the football in the open field.
Certainly inside field goal range with 20 seconds remaining. They need 7 yards. They scrim it from the Bulldog 11. Down to our left into the south end zone. Trainer will fake a run. Looking right all the way. Now rolls to the right. Trainer looking. He's going to run. He's going to get out of bounds. He's going to get 1 yard, lose 7 seconds. So with 13 remaining, it's a 3rd and about 6.
It's a testament to the coverage from the Bulldog secondary. You see Trainer. He's going to take this snap, looking. No one open. He's forced to run, and that kills a lot of clock for the Dutchman.
Yeah, and if you're the defense, you're not buying that run fake at all, as it's another big 3rd down. Hope has done a pretty good job on 3rd down till this point. 13 seconds remain in this first half, and the Flying Dutchman will talk this one over. And it is their 3rd timeout of this first half, and as we sit with a 14-7 score, let's take a look at some of the numbers here statistically according to the live stats here at Adrian College. Mark Lopez, the Bulldog quarterback, 6 of 11, 145 yards, 2 touchdowns. His QBR quarterback rating of a 225. Keontae Townsend leads the Bulldog receiving corps with 3 catches, 90 yards with a score along of 43. Tyler Poyer, 2 receptions for 48 yards and a touchdown. Rushing the ball, it's Sal Paterno, 11 carries for 60 yards.
140 yards on 6 passes is pretty crazy stat.
That it is. Trainer for Hope is 13 of 22, 1 interception, 118 yards. Vander Veen is his leading receiver, 3 catches for 35 yards. We'll see if they look for number 1 here. He's lined up on the near side, on the left side. 2 receivers left, 2 out to the right. It's a 3rd and 5 for Hope at the Adrian 9. 13 seconds to go before halftime. Trainer drops back, stands in the pocket. Now he's going to get flushed to the right. Trainer looking end zone, throws that way, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. So with 5 seconds left, we will likely see the Hope field goal unit. That's a nice job by the Bulldogs secondary once again.
Holding them to 3 is huge. It's nice to be able to hopefully take a lead into half here with that defensive stop made against the Hope offense.
I mean, the initial coverage not there, and that's a good job by Trainer to try to extend that play. But Adrian covering there for about 10 whole seconds. Here comes the field goal attempt. And Coach Jim Deere running down to the 10-yard line will call this timeout. And that's Adrian's first timeout of this half. And normally, you see that, try to ice the kicker. This might work this afternoon as Adrian has missed 2 kicks. Hope's last field goal attempt, the kicker didn't even get a chance So we'll see what the Bulldogs can draw up here defensively.
I think the kickers have already looked a little bit cold today without any ice. So we'll see what effect this plays.
Ball is resting at the Bulldog 9. So not necessarily a long kick. Special teams psyche right here. Coach Jim Deere calling that timeout. It's a 4th down, and they call it 5 at the Adrian 9 as the Hope College kicker, Caden Balkin, is out to attempt this field goal, and the ball will be spotted at the 16. So just a 26-yard attempt for number 12 from the right hash. Snap is good, hold is good, the operation is good. Did the kick go through? That's the question. It did. High above the uprights, and it is good. With 2 seconds left in the opening half, it's now Adrian 14 and Hope 10. And Calvin, a field goal spotted. As they have a running into the kicker penalty called on A.J. Pipkins, and they're going to decline the penalty. So we'll keep the score at a 14-10 mark. That's a good drive by Hope. I mean, Hope scores to tie it at 7. Adrian, boom, 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 quick, scores. Now Hope drives down and gets a field goal toward the end of this half.
Yeah, extremely efficient, too, because I believe that they didn't get this ball with a lot of time left on the clock. They had like 5-6 minutes to get down the field, and they get some points to manage their deficit going into the halftime break. 2 seconds left in the second quarter.
Be sure to tune in for our halftime show. A look around the world of sports, locally, statewide, and national as well. Calvin and I will take a look at some of the numbers from this first half of the MIAA opener. And we will also look around the conference as we are kicking off play here today. I know what you're going to say. I know you saw a couple guys dancing down there on the sideline to jump around.
Oh, yeah. Mark Lopez feeling good.
Couple number 6s. Kamari Pearson. The freshman shuffle.
Certainly.
So we'll see what Hope does on this kickoff. It likely will not go far. If not, it will go into the end zone.
We've seen second half struggles almost every game this year for the Bulldogs after strong first half performances. So there's still a lot of work to be done, Ian, but I say that it's good to see that everyone's feeling good. They feel good about their first half performance going into the break, it seems like.
Exactly, and last week the offense did not feel good after the first half. They have certainly outperformed their performance last week. Here's a kick. It's going to be a line drive, UFO saucer. It's going to be caught by Thomas at the 10. Looking for some blocking up over the 25. He gets wrapped down by the shoulder pads and thrown down after about a 20-yard return, and that's the end of our first half. With your score, Adrian College 14 and Hope College 10. We've hit the half here at AC. You're listening and watching Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
It's 14-10. Welcome back to the booth, everybody. My name is Ian Wentz. Calvin Keys alongside. Bulldogs enjoying that 4-point lead as we see and hear Hail Adrian echo throughout Docking Family Stadium. Bulldog Marching Band combined with many high schoolers from around the area. Looking at the MIAA, as every team is in action this afternoon, there are 7 teams in the conference. So one team is playing out of the league this afternoon, and it was Olivet as they hosted Alfred State, and they got the win 40-19. The other games going on, Albion over Kalamazoo 44-17. And with Alma and Trine doing battle up in Alma, the Scots lead the Thunder 49-30 as the preseason favorite Alma looking pretty good here early as they are 4-0 on the season. Trine coming in with a 2-2 mark. That's a look at the MIAA as every team is playing this afternoon. Calvin's been keeping an eye a little bit on the Division I NCAA Top 25 as there are some teams in action this afternoon.
Yeah, my Wolverines up 14-0 over the Nebraska Cornhuskers in the second quarter right now. They're on the road in Lincoln. Probably one of the best matchups of the afternoon is the third-ranked Texas Longhorns taking on the Jayhawks of Kansas University, who are ranked number 24 in the land. It's the second quarter. Longhorns with a slight edge, winning 10-7. Georgia, the top team in the country, is taking on unranked Auburn. And at the moment, the Tigers lead 10-7 over the Bulldogs, albeit still lots of football to be played with 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. And then our only other ranked matchup going on right now is number 23 Missouri beating Vanderbilt 3-0. If we take a look at some of the games that were completed last night, number 19 Oregon State upset number 10 Utah by a score of 21-7. And although things were sketchy for a little while, Penn State, number 6 team in the country, ended up pulling away from Northwestern 41-13. Another upset in the University of Kentucky, unranked going into today. They took down number 22 Florida 33-14. And Colorado made a comeback bid but still ended up falling by 7, going down 48-41.
The old backdoor cover.
The unranked Buffaloes lose to number 8 USC. So plenty of good action. Another game, 2 more games really that I have circled on my calendar for today. We've got number 13 LSU taking on number 20 Mississippi in SEC play. And then we've got number 11 Notre Dame versus number 17 Duke, arguably the matchup of the weekend.
All right, thank you, Calvin. That's a look around the NCAA Division I football here this afternoon. Of course, you Spartan fans out there, I know there's 2 or 3 of you that are in Iowa City taking on the Hawkeyes. That'll be a night game under the lights. As it stands here at Adrian College, the Bulldogs lead the Hope Flying Dutchmen by a score of 14-10. Let's take a look at some of our halftime numbers through 30 minutes of play. First downs favor the Hope Dutchmen as they were trailing that category for the longest time, and they lead at 12-10. Rushing the ball, Bulldogs have 19 carries, 77 yards. Hope with 18 rushes for 68. Receptions, Bulldog receivers just 6 receptions for 145 yards, 2 touchdowns. Hope receivers 13 receptions for 118 yards. Quarterbacks this afternoon, Mark Lopez is 6 of 11 for those 145 yards. And the Hope College quarterback this afternoon, Zach Trainer, he is 13 of 24 for those 118 yards, 1 interception on the afternoon. Bulldogs offensively have run 30 plays for 222 yards. Hope has run 42 plays for 186 yards. So that translates to about 2.5 minutes more of time of possession for Hope than Adrian College. Penalties not too big of a factor. Adrian 2 for 25 and Hope 3 for 30. So, a first quarter that really was dominated by the Bulldogs. Couple of mistakes, a missed field goal, and a field goal that the operation wasn't great. 6 points on the board there. The first Hope touchdown was generated by an Adrian College turnover on downs. Hope drove the ball 44 yards for the touchdown. And Hope has had their fair share of mistakes as well. The first play of the game was an interception to A.J. Pipkins. They also had a field goal operational error as they couldn't even get the kickoff. So it's not been clean for both teams, to put it not so eloquently.
There's been a few mistakes, Ian, but I think really as that first half went on, I think both teams started to find their execution, and it's been an entertaining football game so far. I'm really excited to see the second half. One thing I was shocked by, I didn't get any reaction out of you, and I said that, your Peyton Thorne and the Auburn Tigers are beating the number 1 team in the country 10-7. What are your thoughts on that?
That's nice. That's good for him. He's not my Peyton Thorne.
That's your guy.
No. He was my guy once, and then he let me down. So, like I said, it's early. Hey, there was another Penn State pulled away from Northwestern. Water always finds its level, Calvin. Just keep looking at that game.
Wow, that's a quote. That's a quote right there.
That's right. Well, let's take a look at our scoring plays here this afternoon. The first score was back in.
That was a completion. Mark Lopez got it to Tyler Poyer.
That's right. I'm on the play-by-play.
That was a 44-yard touchdown pass as Poyer was all alone, and then Millie followed it up with the PAT. Then the Dutchman answered. Chance Strickland, a 13-yard rushing touchdown to tie the game. Then it was Lopez with another touchdown reception, finding Keontae Townsend for 39 yards, taking it to the crib. And we sit at 14-10, Ian.
Thank you, Calvin. I was looking at the play-by-play results, and I'm like, that's not right.
Sometimes it's tough when you have this much information to find exactly what you're looking for.
Information overload. We're going to step aside. We'll take a 60-second break. Third quarter, just around the corner. Bulldogs 14, Flying Dutchman 10. You're tuned in to Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Good afternoon, football fans, and welcome back to Docking Family Stadium, the home of Bulldog football. Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys, as we are now underway from the third quarter. Adrian kicks off right to left. Hope will return this from just inside the 10 to the 15, quickly to the 20, and he's tripped up and wrapped up. Taken down was the kick return man, Nick Nemesek. That's where Hope takes over, 1st and 10 to start the third quarter.
And Hope will have some pretty standard field position to start this game. I got to say, going back to the freshman quarterback for the Flying Dutchman, Zach Traynor started off the game in rough fashion, throwing an interception on the first play from scrimmage, but then since then he's really settled in, and I think he presents a bit of a dual threat on offense for Hope.
That he has. He's out there with his running back. That's 25, Liza Smith. 1st and 10, Dutchman from the 22. Smith will get the rush through the middle. There's some running room. Broom in on the play from the backside. Wadis Ashman in on the tackle as well. It's a pretty good run for Smith. Got 2 yards. There didn't look like there was too much, but Smith makes something out of nothing.
Smith really able to salvage the play and turn it for a bit of a gain as he picks up 2 yards.
We're going to see Wadis Ashman on the stop quite a bit this season. Just a very smart, headsy football player, number 8 in black and gold, playing safety. Trainor's going to keep it on the quarterback run. Ashman with the tackle. That's a good job one-on-one, as it was about a 4 or 5 yard carry for Traynor, but a solid tackle by the Bulldog safety.
This kid's tough. I mean, a lot of quarterbacks would be afraid to go up the middle against some of these defensive players that the Bulldogs have, but he's not shying away, Ian.
75 and mostly sunny here in central Lenawee County. It's an early 3rd and 3 for Hope at the 29 of their own. Opening minute of this third quarter. Bulldogs up by 4. Trainer will drop back, throw middle, tipped and incomplete. It was off the receiver's hands. Ashman in coverage. Looks like Hope will punt. The intended receiver was Seth Lumen. The freshman couldn't hold on.
It's just good to see Wadis Ashman having fun out there, getting fired up after the big play. And you can tell he just enjoys being out there, being a playmaker, especially after he went down to injury last week. It's good to see him healthy and out on the gridiron.
He's just a solid football player. Number 8 in black and gold. Started the season at linebacker, moved back to safety due to the injury to Donovan McCary. Hasn't skipped a beat. Here's the Hope College punt. This one's high into the sky, flies into the Flying Dutchman bench. That is not a great punt. Adrian's going to get some great field position on their first drive of the half. It's going to be right at the 50. So defense sets the tone to start the third quarter. Hope 3 plays and punt. 13:39 left in the third quarter. It's a 14-10 Adrian lead.
It's been interesting to watch because Travis Myers likes to use that rugby-style punt where he rolls out to the side and just waits for pressure before he gets rid of it. That time it worked out pretty well as he had one of his best punts of the day.
Lopez, the freshman quarterback, stands in the pistol. His feet rest just outside the Bulldog 45. He'll turn to his right, give to Sal Paterno. Gets through an ankle tackle, lowers the pad level. That's a tough run for number 5. Give him 2, maybe 3, depending on the spot. So he ran right behind that Bulldog front. Jack Shisela and Isaiah Simon.
Paterno had to work for all 3 of those yards and really made it difficult to be tackled as he stayed on his feet long after the contact.
Adrian going with a bigger formation here as Keontae Townsend and Chris Crumsey are the lone receivers. They are split to either side. Crumsey comes in motion left to right across the formation. Brady Raymond in the quarterback, gives off to Crumsey, makes a man miss at the 50, just goes out of bounds, hit right there, maybe dropped for a yard loss. Not too much there for Crumsey as the Hope defense blew that play up.
Yeah, just an overwhelming defensive performance from Hope on that snap as they were just able to flood Crumsey's running route and force him to the sideline.
So Brady Raymond now 1 for 1 this afternoon on that technical pass to Crumsey. No gain on the play. It's now a 3rd down and 7. Bulldogs from the Hope 47 off the short punt by the Flying Dutchman. Adrian working with a 4-point lead. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Lopez, straight drop back, going for Townsend. Caught it, first down Dogs inside the Hope 40. Just a little out route about 10 yards down the field. Lopez put it right on the money.
Boy, it's just a breath of fresh air to see Townsend back on his game and making plays for this Bulldog offense. It seems like a different team now that they have him going, opposed to last week where we didn't really know where Lopez was going to be able to get consistent targets.
It's just been 4 games of trying to figure out who should play where, and I think they've figured it out as Townsend goes in the pattern. Lopez feeling pressure. He escapes the pressure. Rolling left, Lopez avoids a tackle and slides down at the 40 as number 50 was bearing down Cole Lohman. 2nd down and long.
11:40 left to go in this third quarter, and patiently the Bulldogs will keep moving the chains as now they face 2nd and 10 and Brady Raymond back out there for Adrian.
That power formation with the freshman fullback in the game with him, Trenton Holden. Off to Brady's right. Crumsey in motion, fakes it to Crumsey. Raymond tries left side. Brady steps back to the 40, hit in the back, holds on to the ball as he's down to the 34-yard line. That's a patient run, very Le'Veon Bell-esque. That's almost a throwback reference. Le'Veon Bell was a running back for the Steelers a few years ago, if you don't remember. Very patient, former Spartan.
That's not the only comparison. The black and yellow jersey kind of bears a resemblance as well. So
that too.
Of course, you got to throw a Spartan in there, though, Ian.
I have to hear about your Wolverines at every intermission.
If Michigan State was a top 25 team, I'd talk about the score of their game too, I guess.
10:38 to go in this third quarter. This big formation. Everyone tight to the line. It's a 3rd and 4 for the Dogs. Lopez will take and give to Sal Paterno. Going right, he's about a yard or 2 short. He needed the 29.5. They're going to mark him all the way back to the 31. So a positive gain. Not enough for a 1st and 10. Cole Lumen with the stop again for Hope. And this looks to be 4th down and go for it situation. That same formation out there for the Bulldog offense.
It's a weird little in-between spot on the football field where it's out of Alec Millie's kicking range, but there's probably no use in punting the football either, unless you really want to try and pin Hope deep. It's got just 2 yards to go here.
10 on the play clock, the late substitution for the Dogs. Lopez in the pistol with Paterno behind him. Crumsey in motion right to left. Fake to Paterno. Lopez keeping it. Cutting upfield, diving. He's short. He needed the 29. He's crunched at the 30. Hope another turnover on downs. Right around the tackle was Luke Palmer. That's another turnover, and they thought they would fool Hope, and there was no such doing there.
Yeah, it's not often we see a design run play for the little guy, Mark Lopez. But, yeah, you just didn't have space there. Hope their secondary read the play well, got over, and closed down time and space for Lopez. As a result, it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Bulldogs drive it from the 50 down to the Hope 30, but they turn it over after the unsuccessful 4th and 2. Trainer and company gives off to his running back. Left side, not a lot there for the tailback, and that is Chase Strickland. And pregame, I talked about the matchup between the left tackle Luke Marsh and the Bulldog defensive end Shea LaRue. Right now, it's been mainly Shea LaRue. I mean, they are not getting off explosive run plays so far.
Yeah, LaRue doing a good job of cracking down on Hope's run game, making life difficult for them.
LaRue lines up on the right or left side of the defense. Trainer's going to give to the middle. He's going to run over Riker Bidwell, but Riker holds on after a 5-yard rush. For Strickland again, who has the lone touchdown for Hope on a 12-yard run back in the second quarter.
You know, good that Bidwell, was able to hold on, but that's not often we see somebody just running over the linebacker. Really tough run made by Chance Strickland to knock over the stalwart Bulldog linebacker.
Quickly a 3rd down attempt for Hope on offense. It's 14-10, Adrian, here at home. It's the conference opener. 8.5 to go in the 3rd. Trainer will run. Bulldogs stuff up the middle, but he runs right and takes a shot after he gets the first down. Wadis Ashman comes flying in to make the stop, but Trainer good for 5 and a Hope 1st and 10.
Again, just Flying Dutchman able to just eke out a first down, using all 3 downs, but progressively moving the ball methodically. It's been tough for the Bulldog defense to stop.
You could argue that Zach Trainer has done the most damage running the football this afternoon, though he's thrown the ball about 25 times.
Certainly. Trainer's been really good on the Scampers.
Under 8 to go in the 3rd. Trainer stands in the shotgun. It's going to be a run fake. Now he's looking to throw. He's got a man down the middle. He underthrows it, but coming back to make the cut to the 35-30 with speed inside the 20, 10-5. Touchdown, Hope. The connection to the wide receiver, Grant Holzer. He ended up being wide open. I thought he was going deep with the pass. He went short, catch and run. That is a 57-yard touchdown pass, and Hope takes the lead for the first time this afternoon.
Holzer really turned on the afterburners there, beat 2 or 3 guys to the house. Impressive speed after the catch, as you see. He had a couple of guys to outrun, was able to make the catch mid-stride, turned to the outside, and from there got the moneymakers pounding, got the corner on Tolbert, and from there, none of the Bulldogs could get there in time.
Snap, hold are good. The kick is a line drive and somehow went over that crossbar. And just like that, Hope gets a stop on 4th down, and they go down and score a touchdown. That's how both Flying Dutchman touchdowns have come this afternoon, is a defensive stop on 4th down, grab the momentum, go down and score. Adrian looking to answer. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're tuned in to the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Welcome back to Docking Family Stadium. Ian Wentz, Calvin Keys with you. The first touchdown of the third quarter goes to Hope, and they have the lead over Adrian now, 17-14, and a 57-yard pass to Grant Holzer, the senior receiver, with the reception from the freshman quarterback, Zach Trainer. Adrian to get this ensuing kickoff as Caden Balkin will send it into the afternoon sky left to right as we look down to Kaepernick Insurance Field. Andrew Thomas fields it inside the 15. Speed to the 20, gets hit and dropped it around the 22, maybe the 23. So this Adrian offense, they stalled out on their last possession. They had a 3rd and 4. They ran the ball, got 2 yards. Needed 2 on 4th down. They got 1 and turned the football over for the second time today. And now they find themselves down by 3.
I'll tell you what, the Dutchman receivers have really flown up the field during this game. You see Myers there just really got up and up to top speed pretty quickly. You just talked about it, but another look, and the yards after catch were just crucial there, and the extra effort from Myers able to bring it to the crib.
Crumsey in motion across the Bulldog front. It's going to be a run for Sal Paterno right through the middle. Puts his foot in the ground, forward for maybe a yard to the Adrian College 24, following Jack Sasela and Nate Bennett on that left side.
Yeah, Sasela and Bennett doing a good job on the left side. Blocking on the right hasn't been as great during this game. And I think for Adrian to continue to have success, they're going to need to get their run game going. I think Hope has seen some of their play designs and they seem like they're more prepared for what Adrian's throwing at them on the ground.
Under 7 to go in our third quarter. It's 17-14 Hope. Adrian with a 2nd and 9. Lopez fakes the run, now rolling out to the right. Mark looking, throwing up into the air. It's incomplete. Flag down on the field at the 20 as Lopez got crushed inside the 15, as he is no stranger to that. We'll check this penalty.
That was Cole Lummen with the pass pressure and the roughing the passer call, most likely after Lopez unloaded the ball.
No one really moving.
Oh.
That is the call, is holding on Shisela. And they will decline the penalty. Brings up a 3rd and 9. So instead of a 2nd and 19, they elect to go with the 3rd and 9. Bulldogs down 3 with the football. It's resting at their own 24. They need their own 33. The Hope Flying Dutchman fans who made the trip from Holland making noise. Tyler Poyer in motion across the formation. Lopez straight drop back to pass. Steps up, throws near sideline. Poyer in a battle for it. It's incomplete. Would have been a 1st and 10, but that's airtight coverage by the junior free safety, Tyler Stazowski. And it's incomplete, and Adrian goes 3 and out.
Another look at this one. Lopez dropped back to pass. Poyer was a decent option, but like you said, Stazowski, tight coverage, and Lopez shaken up a bit again after the play.
Adrian 3 of 9 on 3rd down. They're 0 for 2 on 4th. Hope is 8 of 13 on 3rd down and 0 for 1 on 4th. Just the second time we're seeing Sammy LaFada this afternoon. And he gets smoked on the play. He got the punt away, and it's going to take an Adrian roll inside the Hope 45. As the referees say it was a tip, so no roughing the kicker. As LaFada felt that pressure right away. That's a nice job of getting the punt off.
And that's the right call. You look at LaFada here, the guy coming in gets hands on the football, so that's why the contact was made. And it looked like that was Travis Bredeveld who brought the pressure. And it's really fortunate for the Bulldogs. They got a good bounce on the punt, and LaFada got it off just in time. It was tipped, but still got it off cleanly. Otherwise, that could have been terrible. Could have been disastrous for the Bulldogs.
And it could have. The field slanted in favor of the Hope Flying Dutchman in this third quarter. It's 17-14 Hope. They have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 40. Trainer getting flushed out by Shea LaRue. Trainer's going to tuck it and run. He dropped the football. The ball's on the turf. Shea has it for the Bulldogs on that far sideline. It's a Hope turnover and a Bulldog 1st and 10. Nice job by Shea picking up that football. making a play from his defensive end spot.
And that's just an unforced error from Zach Trainer. Poor ball security as he didn't have the football tucked yet. Let go of it. Look at it here. Instead of tucking the football when he goes out to run, he's just holding it straight arm.
Yeah,
or no, he did have it tucked and it just slid out. What happened there? And then LaRue, right place, right time. He'll take it.
Yeah, Knop took out the quarterback and LaRue picked up the football. So an Adrian offense that sputtered their last possession, nearly a punt block, and as I just say, the field tipped one way, we teeter-totter back to the other way. Adrian football, 1st and 10 at the Hope 35. This is Brady Raymond, the quarterback. He'll run right side and get stopped after a 2 or 3 yard rush for number 1 in black and gold. He starts this drive for Adrian College.
I'll tell you what, whenever this offense for the Bulldogs is sputtering and falls down, the defense is always there to just pick it right back up. And Shea LaRue has just had a nice performance today. Fumble recovery, had the sack earlier on. Good to have him back.
It is great to see number 5. Dealing with injuries this season and this offseason, working hard to get back to playing shape. It's an Adrian football, 2nd and 7, 5:40 to go in the third. Lopez back in at quarterback. Mark looks to throw sideline, caught by Townsend. Slipped through one tackle on the Hope sideline and escorted out of play. It's about an 8-yard catch and an Adrian 1st and 10.
Another nice route by Key, just a quick cut right at the ends. Got separation, shakes off one tackle to get an extra yard.
This may sound selfish from a broadcaster perspective, but the first 3 games of the season, first 4 games, it was hard to tell who was going to line up where. Now we kind of know. Townsend on the right, Hunter Bonza on the left. See a little bit of Chris Crumsey around the formation. It's just nice to have this lineup set. Lopez fakes it. Now he throws deep for Key, and it's incomplete, and coverage will draw a flag. The corner never turned around, and they're going to call the Hope defender for a pass interference as we'll work to get that number.
It was Nick Flegler, number 2.
As he didn't really bite on that fake out route up the field. It's a pretty good throw by Lopez, too.
That was a dot from Lopez, and Townsend almost mossed Flegler there, reached up over him, kind of like we saw Roman Wilson do in the first half for the Wolverines, if you've been watching that game.
Well, they've been watching this game, Calvin.
Maybe they got multiple TVs going on like I do up here in the booth.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on the penalty. It's a half the distance to the goal. So off the Adrian fumble recovery by Shea LaRue, that pass interference, he nearly one-handed that on the backside of the defender. Will be a first down. It's actually a 1st and goal for the Adrian offense. Down by 3, 17-14, under 5 to go here in our third quarter. Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys with you this afternoon. MIAA opener. It's going to be a run. This is Paterno into a rugby scrum, nothing there. And Calvin, those runs through the middle that were working in the first half, they're not as successful here in the third.
Not as successful, and I think, it's been fairly straightforward what they've been looking to do with Paterno, and I think Hope's caught on, made some halftime adjustments to their credit. Now it's been a lot tougher for the Bulldogs to run the football.
Now we're going to see Brady Raymond.
Look to see them rush the ball outside. I'm drawing up, if I'm Coach Steer, an RPO where he's going to probably run to his left himself.
As they get the formation call, it's a jumbo set with Townsend on the left, 3 on the play clock, 1, and they don't get the snap off. As well as a delay of game penalty here as Adrian was late to the line of scrimmage. And from a 2nd and goal at the 8, they'll back it up to the 13. Not too many penalty issues for Adrian, but when they have come up, they have been in some inopportune times.
Yeah, it was 2nd and 8, which you're already up against it, but now 2nd and 13 becomes a lot more challenging. You're down by 3. You'd like to retake your lead, but it's going to be difficult now. That's why they bring Mark Lopez back out there in a longer yardage scenario.
8 on the play clock now. Different formation. Lopez from the pistol fakes a run. Lopez throws left, going up for Townsend. He goes up and it's incomplete. Had one hand and then the second. He couldn't bring it down. on that near side, left side. And we're looking quickly at a 3rd and 13. It's a 3rd and goal situation.
He was close, though, wasn't he? Looked like he was going to bring it down for a split second there. You see Lopez just throwing up a 50-50 ball, a jump ball. Townsend had the foot in, got both hands on it, couldn't hold on. Difficult catch to make. He nearly was able to accomplish it, though.
Darian Nudley with the defense there for Hope. Trying to force an Adrian field goal attempt. Bulldogs trying to retake the lead. Lopez gets protection, throws middle, out there, he's got him open! Bulldogs score! Chris Crumsey, welcome to the end zone, young man. That's a Bulldog score. 13 yards from Lopez to number 0, Chris Crumsey.
How about that from Crumsey?
He can do more than just run, Calvin. He can catch the ball, too.
Yes, sir. We've seen him be successful on jet sweeps all season. Now Crumsey with a nice slant to the outside of the field, or out route, excuse me. He'll get the celebration on the sidelines and a nice catch to retake the lead for the Bulldogs.
Lopez fooling the Hope defense. He looked middle, went left, and the extra point for Alec Milley is true. It's now 21-17. Adrian College out in front. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're tuned into Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Sick.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Back on the Adrian College Sports Network, Ian Wendt and Calvin Keys. We've seen Hope take turnovers, turn them into touchdowns. Adrian, forced fumble, recovered by Shea LaRue. Offense goes down and scores a go-ahead score. Here's Boyke with a high kick, not necessarily deep. Fielded at the 14, now to the 25. Gets a block up over the 30, so good field position for Hope as they find themselves once again trailing in this one, now by 4 points, a 21-17 mark. Speaking of Mark, Lopez, 3 touchdowns this afternoon, 2 long, and that one of the medium variety.
Yeah, let's look at the stats here from Mark Lopez. The kid's been great. I've been singing his praises all season. I like the variety of throwing both guys in there. He's only 9 for 17, but with those 9 completions, 174 yards and 3 touchdowns. And there's Chris Crumsey. He's feeling good. Get some water in you. We'll need you on the next offensive drive.
The young freshman finds the end zone. Defense, fresh off a takeaway, they're back out on the field. Hope of the 1st and 10. Trainer gives to Strickland. He goes right through the middle of that Bulldog defensive line. Gnop makes the tackle after a 5-yard rush for the Hope running back. Sean Tolbert cleans up the mess.
Tolbert always seems to be there when you need him.
Bulldog safeties are very active in run coverage. 3.5 to go in this third quarter. It's Adrian 21. Hope 17. Conference opener for both.
I'd venture to say that the Bulldogs' best 2 athletes are at that safety position in Tolbert and Wadish Ashman.
H back in motion, tight to the formation for Hope. They pull a guard, try to run for Strickland. Makes 2 men miss. First down, Hope to the 45. Drags Bulldogs over the 50. And that is Wadish Ashman making the tackle well beyond the line to gain. It's a Hope 1st and 10 at the Adrian 48.
Less than 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Bulldogs have retaken the lead of 21-17 as we look again here at the design play. They'll hand it off to Strickland, and he's able to leap through 1 tackle before finally being brought down after a couple of contacts.
It's one of their best-looking runs this afternoon. Dutchman to the line. 1st and 10. Trainer's going to keep it and meet the Bulldog defensive front. Swallowed up by Jacob Smith for a 1-yard loss.
It's not breakfast time, but that was an absolute pancake from Avion Leverett there. Just laid right on top of him. Easy tackle to make for the big fella. All we need now is some maple syrup. Had the Adrian Maples for the halftime show for the band performance, but
we did.
No maple syrup.
No. A little warm for maple syrup right
Pancakes, though.
now. Pancakes, yes.
What's a pancake without syrup, though, Ian?
Dry, sad.
Maybe need some chocolate chips in there, too.
2nd and 11 for Trainer. He's going to roll to the right. Looking, everyone's covered. Now he's going to take off and run. Trainer to the Bulldog 41, maybe 42. That was great coverage on the back end by the Adrian Bulldogs. They mark it at the 41. Bird will be a 3rd and 3 for Hope.
You know, I want to go back to what you said. Are pancakes a cold weather food? Is that what we're saying?
I'm saying, you think maple syrup, you think like the fall time, you're going out, you're tapping the trees, maybe even in the winter.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah. That's where I was
get
going
your drift.
I was going, outdoorsman, lumberjack look.
It's funny. You got the lumberjack look going up here in the booth. That's for sure.
What does that even mean? It's a 3rd and a long 3 for Hope. We're getting some crowd noise here at Docking Family Stadium. Trainer's going to quarterback run through the middle. 1st down, Hope. He gets 5, maybe 6 yards, and that play has been there most all afternoon for Hope. Just a quarterback draw right through the middle.
Yeah, Trainer's been good. We saw the dark side of the quarterback run on the previous drive where we didn't really have the ball security, but for the majority of this game, Trainer's been pretty solid, especially running the ball, as I've said time and time again.
Avion Leverett checks in the game at defensive tackle. He's there with Jake Fetro for the Bulldogs. Broom and LaRue on the defensive end. It's a 1st and 10 Hope, final 30 seconds of the 3rd quarter, 17-21, Bulldogs in front. It's going to be a run for Smith, room through the gut for Smith, good for about 6, maybe 7. That could be the final play of our 3rd quarter. We'll see what Hope decides to do.
We shall see.
And Coach Sturzmal looks like he will be content to let this clock run down to end our 3rd quarter. Well, Bulldogs started the half up by 4. They end the 3rd quarter up by 4. Teams trade touchdowns. Chris Crumsey finds the end zone for Adrian College, and he gives the Bulldogs a 4-point lead as we head to the 4th quarter. It's Adrian 21, Hope 14. You're tuned in to Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Stadium at Adrian College. I'm Ian Wentz, Calvin Keys up in the broadcast booth. It's an Adrian lead, 21-17. 4-point difference. 15 minutes left in this 4th quarter. Hope has the football. It's a 2nd and 4. They scrimmage from the Adrian 28-yard line. As Zach Trainer, the freshman quarterback, will stand in the shotgun with his running back Elijah Smith to his left. It's going to be a run for Smith going left. Some room for Smith through the 1st level. 1st down for Hope as he is tackled by Ganop. In that 2nd level, Adrian's 34, Bo Ganop, the freshman linebacker, makes the tackle after a 1st down run. Teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd quarter. Bulldogs late breaking out of this huddle. Now they get set. They show 4 across the defensive line. Trainer gives a tackle after no gain, as flying in from that linebacker spot was, I believe that was Cameron Smith on the stop. Nice play by 31.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Little Smith on Smith right there.
Smith on Smith action, yeah.
It's a no gain rush. 2nd and 10. Football at the Adrian 18. Hardly any breeze. I'd say there is no wind here this afternoon. Partly cloudy, 75 degrees. It's a warm one here at Adrian. Trainer with the rush through the middle. He's going to get some pretty good yardage as he is finally stacked up just outside the 10. Not enough for a 1st down, but a good run nonetheless. gives Hope a 3rd down and about 3.
Again, it's just a workman-like approach by the Hope offense, just grinding out yards. This is a big drive for them down 4, trying to answer the bell.
Quick score update. The other game in conference play, Alma has hit the 70-point mark as they lead Trine 70-30 late 4th quarter. Here, not as many points. It's 21-17 Adrian. On defense here, 3rd and 3 from their own 11. Trainer gives to Strickland, middle. He's hit, bounces off a tackle, and dives forward for a 1st and 10.
That's tough running from Strickland to bounce off, keep going, head up the gut, and he'll set up a 1st and goal scenario, as you said.
Some good old-fashioned MIAA football. Hope to the line quickly. They take the snap, give. Strickland powers in for the Hope touchdown. That's a 5-yard touchdown run. And Hope, in a seesaw battle in the 3rd quarter, is now leading here early 4th.
It's kind of similar to what we saw in the second half last week against Greenville. Both teams just trading punches, a heavyweight fight here to start off the MIAA schedule as we look at this one. Trainer's going to take the snap, just a simple handoff to Strickland. Drags the guy with him into the end zone. Not easy to do, especially when it's a big fella named Randall Broom. Able to bring him with him to the end zone. Brought a friend with him to the crib.
Connor Bovia leading the way, blocking that play for Hope. 2nd touchdown for Strickland this afternoon. A snap and the hold are good. The kick was no good. He missed it.
Hooked
wide
it left.
to the left. Boy, a knuckleballer by the Hope kicker, and now it's an odd score. It's 23-21. Hope College in front. It's 12:45 left in this 4th quarter. Ian Wentz, Calvin Keys alongside here on a Saturday afternoon, as this game was 14-10 at the half. And we just started the 4th quarter. Bulldogs were up 21-17. And the Hope touchdown and missed extra point makes it 23-21. Adrian to get the football back. And as we look at the numbers for Adrian College, offensively, completion percentage for Mark Lopez, not the best, but he's finding yardage and he's finding the end zone. He's done it 3 times.
Certainly. He's been able to pull out the big play. Hasn't been incredibly consistent, but again, the kid has an arm. I think the consistency will come as he gains more experience at the collegiate level, but the raw athleticism and the arm is there. That's really exciting, especially as you think about Lopez beefing up, developing his football IQ over these next 4 years of college. He's already got a lot of the essentials, which is something that you can't really teach.
Defensive leader for the Bulldogs, Riker Bidwell, has 13 tackles today.
My goodness.
I know. He had 17 earlier this season in a single game. Could be on his way to possibly a school record.
Otis Ackerman's got 6 tackles for the Dutchman.
And here's this kickoff. Will bounce at the 1 and roll into the Adrian end zone for what is just barely a touchback. So Adrian back out onto the field. They saw Chris Crumsey score his first score of the season. Last time out, and they find themselves down once again, this time only by 2, 23-21.
That was a big missed extra point, Ian, because now it's a 2-point game instead of a 3-point game.
Field goal would give you a lead.
It would, instead of the tie. Still lots of time left in this one, though, with 12:45 up on the 4th quarter clock.
Receivers stacked down to the right. Now Crumsey in motion to his left. Fakes the give to Crumsey. It's Sal Paterno right through the middle. Runs through a Hope defender. Going for a ride there was 83 Otis Ackerman. As you just mentioned, leads the team in tackles. And he got a whole handful of Sal Paterno. As Brady Raymond back in the game, the lefty quarterback. Now one of these times, Calvin, Brady's going to pull it out and throw a pass.
Haven't seen him throw yet today, have we?
As Raymond will take, and here is that pass. Raymond, he's going to
kidding.
decide to run instead up over the 30, 35, near the 40, as he is shoved into the Adrian bench. That should be a Bulldog first down. He wanted to throw it. Adrian looking for a flag on a late hit. They don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, Raymond had already stepped out of bounds and took a shot far after the play.
As it stands, it's a good run for Raymond. About 20 on the rush. His best carry of the afternoon, and now Lopez in the game at quarterback. 3 receivers split out wide to the left. Tyler Poyer, Hunter Bonza, and Chris Crumsey. It's going to be a run instead for Sal Paterno. It opens up in the middle for Sal. He rumbles forward for 9 on the carry as he follows 72 out there for Adrian, the offensive lineman Connor Bagdansky, and also the center, number 56, and that is Adrian's Isaiah Simon. Offensive line looking pretty solid this afternoon.
Yeah, and that's 80 yards for Paterno on the ground. Blueberries for Sal. He's been eating in this game, Ian.
Approaching 11 minutes left in the fourth. Adrian down by 2. This one's a run for Moore. Moore spins through a tackle initially, but he is swarmed on there by a couple other Dutchmen. As this short yardage situation, Calvin, has not been the strong suit for the Bulldogs today.
It really has not been. You've seen a couple of times, I believe they went for it on 4th down. A couple of drives ago got stopped short. So let's be certain here that we get this pickup. I'd love to see them. It doesn't look like they're going to dial it up, but a jet sweep is usually a pretty safe yard.
They go with the jumbo formation.
The big
extra
fellas.
Offensive lineman. Lopez going to throw out of it. He goes high and outside. He missed him incomplete. They went for a shot play with Tyler Poyer on 3rd and 1 from the heavy set. And now another decision on 4th down. And the Bulldogs have had problems here on 4th down as well today.
Just don't like that play call, Ian. You got a yard to go. And now they're going to punt it. Wow. Thought for sure they would go for it and keep their offense on the field.
Well, the difference in the game right now, Calvin, is Hope is 10 of 15 on 3rd down. Adrian 4 of 11. Whew. And they are also 0 for 2 on 4th down.
Not great numbers there for the Bulldogs.
Hope brings up everybody toward the line of scrimmage. It is Sammy LaFada who will likely punt this ball away for Adrian College. And Sammy will boot it high into the Adrian sky. It's going to bounce at the 2. It's going to check up if they can get there. If they can get there, it's stopped inside the 1. Oh, what a punt for Sammy LaFada. And the kick coverage there for Dominic Luange. The hands team doing work here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go.
That's awesome.
Dominic Luagi, good buddy of mine. Back up on defense, goes out there on special teams. A lot of guys reluctant to go out there and make a play on special teams. Luagi steps up to the plate. Good hustle play to get there. And, boy, you credit LaFada, too, because that ball had a nice bounce on it. Just sat down right inside the 1-yard line. And now you talk about there's a 2-point difference in the game, Ian. Maybe you could try and get a safety here if you're the Bulldog defense.
Adrian's certainly thirsty here on defense. It's 10 and 16 left in the 4th quarter. Hope leads 23-21. Trainer, the freshman, in his own end zone. Bulldogs bring some pressure. They run it through the middle, and he is close to the line. They're going to say he just barely got out of the end zone as Strickland got no gain on the play. Boy, good push up front. Jake Fetro applying some pressure.
Talk about the Bulldog defense being thirsty. We're all thirsty with the heat in this building and the sunshine coming down. But, boy, this is an opportunity to try and tie up this football game. And I think Strickland just barely snuck outside of the plane.
That he did. Under 10 to go in this 4th quarter. Bulldogs down by 2. Hope pinned deep in their own end. 99 yards from the opposite end zone. Trainer, he's going to throw from this. Throws to the flat, caught. Gets up to the 3-yard line, but a tackle made on the far side by Sean Tolbert after the reception made by Adam Castle. That's a gutsy move, throwing out of your end zone.
It really is, but now you've got a little bit of breathing room. Although, if the Bulldogs force them to punt here, they're not going to have a lot of space for their punt team. So that plays a factor as well.
That it does. The task at hand is a 3rd down and 7. The clock rolling. It'll go under 9 before Hope snaps this football. Ball resting at their own 4. They need 7 more yards. They need their own 11 off a great punt by Sammy LaFada. 4 Bulldog down linemen. Trainer looking left. Throws it up for grabs, and it's caught by the Hope receiver. He beat A.J. Pipkins. And a big play made by Jack Goldie, the tight end, as Pipkins misjudged the route. And the young corner gets beat, and a big catch and run for Hope.
That's play of the football game for Zach Trainer. That's a nice throw to find his man open. Goldie beat Pipkins on the route, and then just great pass protection from the offensive line, and just a dime. That one was worth 10 cents from Zach Trainer. Nice throw.
Boy, Pipkins just turned at the wrong time to try to locate that football. It's a 1st and 10, Hope at their own 37 now. 8 minutes to go in the fourth. It's a run for Strickland. Strickland some room through the right side. Stays on his feet to the 50. Now the 45. And that's Riker Bidwell in on the stop. And it's another Hope College first down. Bulldogs got to dig deep here after the punt pinned him inside the 1 yard line.
It's tough when it's late on in a football game. You're trying to get off the field, and then your opponent makes a big play. Got to stay locked in, though, as another touchdown would make this really difficult for the Bulldogs with just over 7 to play. Crucial drive for Hope. Looking good so far as the drive is salvaged by the big play from Goldie 2 plays ago.
From the Bulldog 44, it's a run for Elijah Smith. There's some room for Smith. Smith into the secondary, down to the Bulldog 25, maybe the 24, and the 66th play for Hope puts them near 400 yards of total offense. And they are just getting chunk plays now after being backed up inside their own 1.
Elijah Smith looked like he was shot out of a cannon here. Saw the gap, he took it. Adrian's got to thank their lucky stars for Tolbert making that tackle.
There's Smith once again, and tackled after about a 6 or 7 yard rush. Couldn't grab the number on the tackle. Could have been Riker Bidwell. Chances are it was. He's been all over the field today. Boy, clock now starting to become a factor a little bit. Possessions come a little more valuable. Hope up by 2, 23 to 21. Bulldogs on defense here, 6 and 42 to go in the fourth. It's a 2nd and 4 for the Dutchman from the Bulldog 18. As they are taking that play clock all the way down as Trainer, the freshman quarterback. And a whistle stops play. Hope wants a timeout. You know what, Calvin? I want one as well. So with that, we'll take a 30-second timeout. It's Hope 23, Adrian 21, 6.5 to go in the fourth. You are tuned in to Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Off the Hope College timeout, it's a 2nd down and 4 from Adrian College's 18-yard line. Hope has driven the ball from inside their own 1 to the spot on the field. It's a 2nd and 4, 6.5 to go in the fourth. It's 23-21. Hope on top. Ian Wentz and Calvin Keys with you this afternoon on the Adrian College Sports Network. Trainer with Smith in the backfield. Send a man in motion. It's a run for Smith. Smith navigates, slides forward. That's good, I believe, for a Hope College first down. And it's inside the 15.
For a Hope College first down.
And they have just, look at 68 plays, 413 yards to Adrian's 50 plays, 297. And a big part of that, Calvin, 11 of 16 on 3rd down for Hope. Adrian just 4 of 11.
They're able to convert when it matters most. They've been a 3-down team for most of this game, but it's worked well for them. Consistency is key.
1st and 10 at the Bulldog 13. Adrian brings some pressure. Smith runs right into it. He will fall forward after a minimal gain.
This drive has chewed a lot of clock off the scoreboard as well, where if they are able to punch this in for the touchdown, you're going to be looking at probably about 4 minutes to get 2 scores, one of them having to be a touchdown.
We have a final from Alma as the Scots beat the Thunder 70-30 to open up league play up in Alma.
Boy, they look dangerous, don't they?
That they do. Hope with a football. It's a 2nd and 8 from the Bulldog 11. They run the play clock down inside of 10 seconds. Trainer fakes it, throws a middle, intercepted! A Bulldog turnover! He's running up the left sideline, looking for a block. He's going to get wrestled down near the 50-yard line. It's another Bulldog takeaway. How about that? Wadis Ashman, what a huge play for this Bulldog secondary.
What a play by Ashman. Couldn't have come at a better time. Hope driving up 2, trying to put this game away. Wadeus Ashman says, not on my watch. See if we can get a better look at the interception. As Ashman was trying to take it to the house, you credit the offensive lineman, number 73 for Hope, who got to him in time to bring him down. But here's another look at it. Trainer was pressured, got rid of it, and then that one just went right to Ashman. For most of this game, Trainer's been brilliant, but there's just been a few split seconds where he's made the wrong choice, and that was one right there.
Luke Marsh saved the tackle. Here's an issue with the exchange. Loose. And who fell on this one? They say the Bulldogs did. Boy, trouble at the mesh point between Paterno and the quarterback, Lopez. Wow. That was near a disaster. Bulldogs have the ball resting at their own 45. Everyone take a breath. It'll be okay. 4:41 left in this fourth quarter. Boy. Adrian down by 2.
Buckle up. It's going to be a wild last 4.5 minutes.
Lopez, he's going to roll his throw to the right side. Goes up. Hunter Bonza. Contact. Flag at the back end of the play as Lopez is slow to get up. We'll see if that's a hold on the Adrian offense or if it's a late hit roughing the passer. This is big either way.
Wide swing here depending on which way this call goes on second down.
First real attempt at a ball for Hunter Bonza.
Wow, that's huge.
Roughing the passer called on Hope's Cole Lellman. And that is not a wise play if you're the Hope defense. Boy, and you talk about, we're getting into the situation of Hope running clock, gaining yards, time becoming a factor. Then you go to interception. Wadeus Ashman picks off the pass, the second interception for the Bulldog defense, their third turnover this afternoon, 2 picks and a fumble, and now it's an Adrian football. 1st and 10 after the personal foul at the Hope 41, 4.5 to go in the fourth. The freshman Lopez will hand it off to the senior Paterno. Paterno into the Hope secondary, holds onto the football and gets wrapped up at the 29, 11 yards for Sal Paterno. Right behind Isaiah Simon, that Bulldog center. A good job by him. And Adrian creeping up on the red zone.
Paterno, another nice carry. I think that may be 100 yards for him on the day. His best performance of the season so far.
Ball resting just inside the Hope 30. Bulldogs down 23-21. 3:57 to go in our fourth quarter. Lopez will give again to Paterno. Room for Sal. Down to the 20. That's going to be a fumble.
No.
And it's picked up by the Dutchman to the 20, 25, 30. And Sal can't believe it as the senior coughed up the football. A flag flies in late. There's a Bulldog down at the 30. And that is a poorly timed turnover for the Adrian offense. The flag flew in late. Whatever happened will be assessed after the fumble recovery. So Sal ran right through the gut, picked up a first down, and as he was going down, the ball was ripped out. And it looked like it was Sam Cochran who fell on the football and was actually able to stay up and gain some yardage as they try to sort this thing out. And we'll get the call.
I don't think anything will overturn the fumble, though.
No, it all looked to be after the turnover.
After the play, personal foul. Hope, number 3, 15-yard penalty for the end of the
And after the fumble, it's a personal foul on Darian Nundley. Hey. So they assess the personal foul on Hope. The fumble will stand.
Looked like Paterno could have been down potentially. It was definitely close.
So 3:42 left in this fourth quarter. Back-to-back turnovers here late. Hope has the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 19. Bulldogs with all 3 timeouts. Hope has 2. Adrian's forced 3 takeaways, 2 interceptions and 1 fumble, and the offense turns it right back over. Bulldogs pack that line of scrimmage. It's going to be run for Smith. Smith hit in the backfield, dropped for no gain. As Gnop in on there along with Sean Tolbert, and on the bottom of the pile is Cameron Smith.
You know, there's still hope for Adrian. All you need is a field goal. So if they can get a stop defensively and get the ball back here fairly quickly, I think for hope, though, they're just going to try and run the football and continue to chew the clock and advance up the field for as long as possible.
How ironic would that be that it could come down to a field goal attempt after Adrian missed 2 back in the first quarter. Flying Dutchman come out with 2 receivers left, 1 right, running back and a tight end. They send a man in motion across the formation. Trainer's going to keep it, running through the middle up to the 25. That's good for about 6, maybe 7, and a third down upcoming with the Flying Dutchman lineman down behind the play on his hands and knees at his own 17. So we'll have an official timeout for an injury. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Bulldogs down by 2 on defense here in the fourth quarter. 2:46 left in it. It's Hope 23.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
An official's timeout for an injured player. The Hope offensive lineman makes his way to the sideline. It's a big third down. 3rd and 3 from the Hope 26. Flying Dutchman with the football and a 2-point lead. 2:45 to go in this game. Clock rolling as we get underway post the injury timeout. Thanks for being with us. Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys on the Adrian College Sports Network. Conference opener for both these squads. The freshman Zach Trainer stands in the shotgun. A big 3rd and 3 upcoming. Trainer gives Smith first down, much more. Some room up the right side. He's going to beat Tolbert. No, he's not. Sean's going to wrestle him down, but it's inside the 10. No flags. That is a giant carry for Elijah Smith. And with 2:15 left, that may just about do it if Hope can punch this in.
You never say never with the kind of turnovers we've seen in this game so far, but that feels like a dagger.
Elijah Smith with speed. Credit to Sean Tolbert for tackling him inside the 10. It's going to be a 1st and goal from the 5. So if you're Adrian here, you do have your 3 timeouts, 2:15 left in the game. Hoping to get 3 quick stops, use your timeouts, force a field goal, and give yourself a shot with a touchdown to win.
Elijah Smith hasn't gotten involved much, but he's come alive in this fourth quarter, Ian.
Here's Strickland. He'll try the right side. He's going to get in for his 3rd score of the afternoon. Boy, that was a quick drive. 2 minutes left in this game. Hope adds to the lead. It's now an 8-point margin, 29-21, and a 3rd down long rush was the difference. And a defense that had played so well at times gave up the big play and then the touchdown the play after.
Yeah, there's no excuse for that. Trying to get a stop on 3rd and 3 and then give up the biggest play from scrimmage of this football game, I believe, at the worst possible moment.
After an Adrian College fumble. With 2 minutes left, we have the extra point coming up. That is close. They say it's good. And that's important. It makes it a 2-score game, 30-21, as the onside kick comes into play. If you're Adrian College, you need a score, and you need a score quick. And for the Hope running back, Chase Strickland, that is his 3rd rushing score of the afternoon.
Yeah, Strickland's been really dominant. Good for those short gains in the red zone. Ever so reliable. Comes through for him again, and let's look at Strickland's stats on the day.
4 plays, 81 yards on that Hope College drive.
It's been a running game by committee Elijah Smith had 13 carries for 134 yards, and that was his long of the game with a 69-yard carry there just before the touchdown. And Chance Strickland has had 13 carries as well, but for 82 yards and 3 touchdowns. So Smith has gotten more of the load. It's been an equal division. Smith has been more explosive, but Strickland has been their guy that they've gone to in the red zone.
Third down has been a factor this afternoon. The Hope College kick will bounce at the 16, fielded by the Bulldogs inside the 5. Here's some opportunity, a big-time hit up over the 25, and the Bulldog return man dropped right there as a flag comes in late. And we are next to the Bulldog coaches here in the booth, and they're not too happy. They must have seen something on the tail end of that tackle.
Looked like a late man went in for the Flying Dutchman.
They get the Bulldogs with a hold on the kickoff return with the score 30-21, a minute and 53 left. They will assess this penalty 10 yards from the spot. That'll put him back inside the 15.
Ball spotted at the 10-yard line. First down, Bulldogs.
Hope in front, 30-21. Mark Lopez needs to find something. Minute and 53 to go. Bulldogs with all 3 timeouts. They put the ball at their own 10.
I have to imagine they're just going to run 4 verticals here.
See what you can find. This is going to be a run for Paterno. Sal to the 15. Trying to sneak one through, and the Bulldogs hurrying up to the line of scrimmage, which will be the 15.
You know, one thing that's interesting, I wonder if TJ Moore's been healthy. Haven't used him much.
Not too sure. Lopez, he's going to feel some pressure, avoid a sack. Lopez will throw it deep into the Bulldog bench and incomplete. Quickly a 3rd down and 5 from the Adrian 15, a minute and 29 to go in this game. And it's a 9-point lead for the Hope Flying Dutchmen, who were down 21-17. They've scored the last 13 points.
It's just been another second half collapse for the Bulldogs. Haven't been able to finish the job.
It's a 3rd and 5. They need their own 20. They also need 9 points to tie. Mark Lopez looking for Townsend on that out route. Got a foot in bounds. Made the catch. It's another nice grab for Keontae Townsend up near the 25, where it will be a Bulldog 1st and 10.
Townsend's been really good as well. That's his 6th catch of the game. He's got a touchdown and now over 110 yards on the day.
Clock will stop, a minute and 25. Lopez in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Lopez feels the pressure. Rolling right, throwing deep, into the bench and incomplete. He was looking for Keontae Townsend once again. He was being covered nicely by Nick Flegler, Minute 18 to go. It's now 2nd and 10.
You know, credit this Hope defense. They've made things difficult for the Bulldogs. Adrian's offense hasn't really gotten much going in this second half.
Ball at the 24-yard line here in the 4th quarter, a minute 18 to go in it. It's a Hope 9-point lead of 30-21. Chris Crumsey, the man in motion. Lopez will look to throw. Pocket collapses, and he gets sacked inside the 15. That's the Hope sack for Cole Lummen. And Adrian will call a timeout with a minute and 8 to go. And they need 9 points. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're tuned into Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College
Network. Ian Wentz and Calvin Keys here at Adrian College in the broadcast booth, where it is a Hope lead of 30-21 over Adrian College. They've scored the last 13 points this afternoon. Off the Adrian College timeout, we have a 3rd and 19 for the freshman Mark Lopez and the Adrian College offense. They've mustered 58 plays for 323 yards. It's good for 5.5 per play. Lopez looking middle, throws there, caught by Townsend, laterals it back to Chris Crumsey, and he's going to get tackled in bounds. And Adrian will call a timeout as he will get the sack yardage back. And it's their second timeout of this half, and it's going to be a 4th down upcoming for the black and gold. Keep it right here. 30-21 is our score in favor of the Hope Flying Dutchmen. The Bulldogs tried some trickery on the play, but having none of it was Luke Palmer, the junior linebacker who made the tackle off the lateral from Townsend to Chris Crumsey. Adrian College next week will continue league play. And we'll get that schedule here for you. We'll talk about it more in our postgame show as well, as they have a visit to Angola, Indiana to take on the Trine Thunder. 1 o'clock start from Angola. It's a 4th and 10, 58 seconds left. Bulldogs at their own 24. Lopez feels pressure, rolling right. Can't escape. Oh, he does. Look at Lopez running to the left, and now he's sacked. And that's the exclamation point the Flying Dutchman needed. It's a 10-yard loss for the freshman quarterback. Nowhere to throw the football, and Adrian turns it over on downs once again. And it's been the 3rd down and 4th down plays that have really set these two teams apart. Hope on 3rd down is 12 of 17. Bulldogs 5 of 13, and now 0 for 3 on 4th down. So 1 timeout left for the Dogs. Hope will likely take a couple of kneel downs here as the young quarterback, Zach Traynor, will pick up his first win in MIAA play.
It's the same story we've seen all season where there's been lots of positives at times, and a lot of them have come in the first half, but the wheels kind of fell off in the second. Bulldogs unable to keep their momentum going, and credit Hope for really seizing control of the tempo of this football game in the second half. And again, it's just another game where you finish thinking, what could have been for the Bulldogs, because they just weren't able to put it all together. There's positive points. We saw Keontae Townsend come back. We saw them throw the football well, but just not consistent and couldn't come through when it mattered most.
And the defense comes away with 2 interceptions and 1 fumble recovery. It was not enough, as Adrian will fall to 0-1 in conference play, 1-4 overall. And the final score here from Docking Family Stadium will be Hope 30 and Adrian College 21. We will be back with our post-game show right after this 30-second timeout. You've been tuned in to Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network. So, I mean, good efforts all around. When you have a game like this, it is one or two plays that can make the difference, and that's what it was here this afternoon. A final score of Hope 30, Adrian College 21. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Welcome back to Docking Family Stadium. It's the postgame show here on a warm, sunny Saturday afternoon in Adrian, Michigan. The Bulldogs on the short end of this one as they open conference play with a loss to Hope. 30-21 is your final score. Ian Wendt and Calvin Keys with you as we are taking a couple final looks at this one. There were some very worthy performances for Adrian. It wasn't all bad for the Dogs. You'd like to score more than once in the second half. You know, when it all comes down to it, you're up 14-10, and then you're outscored 20-7, really to close things out.
Yeah, certainly. Couldn't put a complete performance together. I'm guessing you want to know who my Bulldog of the game is.
Well, I mean, we're getting there. We need to tease it a little bit first. I mean, I'm going to throw out some names, and people can think about them at home. Mark Lopez, 193 yards, 3 touchdowns. Keontae Townsend caught 123 of those. He had a touchdown. And defensively, got to look at Wadis Ashman, 10 tackles with the interception, and Riker Bidwell doing his thing with 15 total tackles. So those are my nominees. We'll see where Calvin goes with it. We're going to take a 30-second break. We'll be right back with our player of the game selection here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back to Adrian College, Docking Family Stadium. Bulldogs can't keep a hold of that halftime lead, and they drop it to Hope, 30-21. Ian Wendt and Calvin Keys with you this afternoon. It's now time for Calvin's selection of our player of the game.
We had a lot of choices on both sides of the ball. Even in a losing effort, Bulldogs had some nice performances. You mentioned Mark Lopez throwing for 193 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's certainly a candidate. Riker Bidwell on defense, 15 tackles. Wadis Ashman had 10 tackles and added an interception. I'm going to go with the grad student wide receiver from Flint, Michigan, who it was really refreshing to see him get going here this afternoon. I'm going to give it to Keontae Townsend. 7 receptions for 123 yards and a touchdown. Game of the season for him so far. And I think the Bulldogs will be able to get back to winning ways if they can continue to get their pass game going and continue to keep Key involved.
All right, congratulations to Keontae Townsend, our player of the game this afternoon. Our final thoughts on this one and a look ahead to Trine coming up next. You've been listening to Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a
Right back at it here. It's the post-game show on the Bulldogs fall to Hope in football today. It's a 30-21 final score. As we look ahead to next weekend, Calvin, it's a rather short trip to Trine University, about a 90-minute drive. The border brawl between the Bulldogs and the Thunder, it doesn't get any easier. Two teams coming off losses today as Trine had their problems with Alma, dropping their game 70-30 up in Scott's territory. So the game is a big one in terms of a rivalry, but if you want to keep yourself in the conference race, you can't fall to 0-2.
Yeah, certainly, and I think just even for pride, it's tough to go down 1-4 to start a season. So this Bulldogs team's going to stay hungry, and honestly, I think that was probably their best performance of the season that we saw today. It was just against the best team that they faced so far this season, and that's one of the reasons why they lost to this Hope team. But like I've said after a lot of games, you just get the feeling, you get a sour taste in your mouth after this game because you get the feeling that it just slipped through the Bulldogs' fingers a little bit. It was within their reach.
Right, they had done enough to win, and at certain points they looked dominant, right? I mean, and it's the case of, Hope makes 2 stops on 4th and short. The Bulldogs get the interception early and they can't get the field goal operation underway. Little things like that. But if you're going to take away something positive about this game, it's that this is what the team is going to look like in terms of personnel. We will see Mark Lopez at the quarterback spot. We'll see Brady Raymond, the other quarterback, get some plays in for him. Townsend, as you mentioned, at receiver. Crumsey's going to get a lot of action at Bulldog slot receiver. And defensively, I think they have the personnel. They've been forcing turnovers and making plays in that sense. So if you're going to take something good out of it, I think they have their depth chart set, so to speak. And, you got to put the pieces back together and bring it down to Angola, Indiana.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you get more game tape to study, some more mistakes to look over, and see how to correct them, and then ultimately try to be a better football team next Saturday.
All right, with that, it's going to do it for us this afternoon. Our next broadcast of Adrian College football will be a 12:45 pregame show next Saturday at Trine University as the Bulldogs look to even their conference record to 1-1. For Laura Witkowski back in the Adrian studio, for our executive producer here on scene, Megan Abbey. Oh, yeah, and Calvin Keys as well, doing some producing.
Don't forget me.
Well, you have the title, so you have to mention her name a couple times, even though you did all the work. Great job, Calvin. That's for all the Bulldog fans out there listening. For Calvin Keys, I'm Ian Wentz saying so long this afternoon. Bulldogs fall 30-21 to Hope College. You've been tuned in to Bulldog football on the Adrian
take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today.